and we should be going.
All right. Welcome back to Oathbound Roads. So, after a heated battle, our gang of adventurers found themselves with a rare moment of rest. The bizarre, ooze-like creature Shimeus imprisoned. They found a few moments to gather themselves. About a week passed of little activity. Bodies were buried, respects paid, closure found where it could be. And some very key discoveries and displays of trust were made. Jeddah, while cleaning out the root cellar, was shown a small, humble grave for Nern. And once arriving there, discovered that the headmaster of the college, Reuben, not only was sympathetic to his death and everything, but was also a changeling himself. A gesture of trust that can only be counted on one hand to all in the valley. After
Yeah.
that, there was a heartfelt exchange when their injured comrade, Anaphora, who was, well, left worse for wear fighting the werewolves while they raced to get there. She regretfully told them that she would be unable to go with them any further and needed time to rest and recover. Left them all with encouraging words and a few things to think about. And then, the next day, after a request from Jeddah, they went down to the depths of the college, a hidden away compartment, where they managed to find the imprisoned Shimeus locked away inside of a cube of light. And there was an exchange of words. Little was gained other than frustration. Shimeus basically only offering any real information in exchange for anything they had to offer in kind, bait no one rightfully took. And after that went nowhere, they went back up to the courtyard of the college, only to discover, after a cryptic warning from said Shimeus, that a pair of judges, the golden armored Vaughn and obsidian armored Rosaline, had arrived at the college without warning. Among the most powerful warriors of the Ion Reich, these two gilded figures descended down and found the dead bodies of the other Reichman that had been in the valley, that had died both to the hag that had kidnapped Esther and to the werewolf scourge. And after a heartfelt prayer, Vaughn resurrected many of them from the dead with seemingly no visible effort. A rattling experience, to say the least. And as said departing Reichman returned, they, all to a one, proceeded to leave the valley, acknowledging the fear and lack of welcoming atmosphere, but leaving with some cryptic words that could pass as warnings to Reuben and Vask alike. But fortunately for them, as they were leaving, they discovered that they did at least have one erstwhile ally waiting in the wings, literally. Ranghilar, the blue dragon and second in command of the nearby mountain lair, had been nearby, watching the Reichman like a predator. But as they left, he descended down and spoke to our adventurers, thanking them for their actions avenging his son, Agvir, who had fallen attempting to spirit Esther away from the trouble when this all began. And so, we pick up right where we left off. Standing in the courtyard of Hallow Hall College, the five of you, Reuben and Dimly nearby, are all looking up at this quite large adult blue dragon, who has just said that he will be taking the 5 of you under his care for the time, up to the mountain.
Nat will give a nod and look to the others.
There's like, Vala just kind of shrugs at you like, what the fuck am I gonna do? There's a dragon that's telling me I'm gonna be kidnapped. I'm gonna say no?
Fair.
Kick it in the junk and run.
I
Their
can't
junk
reach.
is internal. That wouldn't work.
It's behind a lot of armor plating.
Oh no, the strategy failed.
Yeah, it's just you try to kick a dragon in the nards, it's like you fool.
You're kicking armor plating.
So you fool!
That'll hurt
You
you
broke
more
your
than
foot.
them.
You try to kick them and it just goes bonk.
And now you have a
Please
broken
try
foot.
to have some class.
Hildegard does a very elegant curtsy.
All right.
Oh no, no. Nat did tell you guys through the mental link not to like prostrate yourselves. They find that isn't it like they find that kind of insulting?
It wasn't prostration, it was
Phoebe?
just...
I know. I'm just reminding.
I'm a
things that
little
happen.
kind little lady.
Yeah. I'm just.
She doesn't have a skirt to lift up, but she curtsies.
Just kind of the dragon looks down, regards the 5 of you, leans his head down and his long neck a little bit closer to the point where you could almost reach out and touch the tip of the snout.
Oh.
The nostrils flare for a moment as it sniffs the air around you.
Oh God. Do I know if dragons can spell out changelings?
You do not know that.
Oh fuck.
Don't think they mostly care.
They've been friends with Broden long enough.
They
might
don't
know.
dislike changelings, but
The
Yeah.
common knowledge among changelings themselves is that dragons don't see that much of a difference between humans and changelings.
yeah, they don't mind
I can-
changelings. Like,
Yeah, I can see dragons like, look, if it walks like a human, talks like a human, does as a human.
It's like, oh look, you have marginally decent shape-shifting powers. Big
Oh.
whoop.
You, human. You, shape-shifting human.
It's like,
yeah, they don't
you
particularly
human, you're like a
care,
little
and, like,
baby.
they
Watch
don't-
this.
And if I'm remembering correctly, they will even occasionally like allow changelings to take refuge, right?
It has happened, yes. Some dragons have provided haven.
Yeah, so she's not afraid that the dragon's gonna go like, oh no, changeling. She just like she doesn't like being sniffed out as all.
After just a moment, one long breath, and it is a fascinating mixture of ozone that comes out of his nose when he exhales.
God, I can imagine.
Smells like the upper atmosphere.
Yeah.
I assume blues are storm dragons in this world.
They are, yes. Just leans back up as, You likely would not survive in the air. Not at this temperature. Seems we will have to walk. That will suffice. If you wish, I recommend you gather gear for traversing, well, holding on to difficult surfaces.
There's a vague look of disappointment on Vera's face when he says you can't fly, and she's like, oh.
Same with Vask, honestly.
Yeah. Hildegard is also looking like, oh, damn.
Jetta will nod. Oh, Nat will nod, and there is something that might hamper my ability to climb?
Ah, yes.
She's trying very hard, but she's making like a face. Like frustrated at herself.
Yeah, I believe you humans invented something miraculous called a buckle.
Why don't you go climb one-armed with a buckle and tell me how?
That's why.
Easier or harder.
That's why you have seatbelts.
God.
Ah,
I'm pretty
yes.
sure there has to be a main entrance.
I had other business. Follow me to the guild hall. I believe the equipment you might need will be there. And he just turns, swishing a massive snowbank with his tail, burying a small group of students for a moment. And just proceeds to walk out, just kind of squeezing under the gate and just starts sauntering along like a big cat out into the streets.
Yeah, following
so.
after.
Looks back to Ruben, mentally. Wish him luck.
You as well. It's a bit of a trip. It's been a long time since I've been up there.
I can imagine. Yeah, so
I'm
as you
not
see
sure.
you guys, she just turns and like nods back to Ruben.
Mm.
All right, so Vara, before you go, you do briefly see Dimly walk over and hand over a big coat to you
Aw.
with your house colors. So you're going to need it. You don't have feathers like me.
I know, it kind of sucks, actually.
Yes. You don't know what you're missing. I keep telling everyone that.
I mean, I believe it. Look how cuddly you look. You always look so warm
He
and comfy.
He fluffs his feathers out a little bit. Indeed.
Oh,
This is why we get along. Neither one of us has any social graces.
it's fine.
She'll thank him and go, put it on right away because she is really fucking cold, but she just isn't going to complain about it. What?
It is a
Oh, yeah.
baby.
Just general
It's a
chat.
baby.
That is the kind of owl. Saw wet.
Hmm.
Oh,
Yeah, that fits dimly. I can immediately go, oh, no thoughts. Or too many thoughts.
all eyes, no brain cells.
That's just owls in general, though.
In reality, yes. All right, so the dragon exits. Do you follow?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Fortunately, it is pretty easy to traverse. It's not snowed very much, but it's pretty hard to miss him. Honestly,
Yeah.
as long as his body is, even with the head start he got, you guys are still catching up to the tip of his tail pretty fast.
So he's plowing away for us if it was snowy.
Yep. And you could definitely see walking along, like among the people outside, merchants, a few guild and folk, and the like. They're definitely noticing a group of paladins leaving, and then shortly behind them, an adult dragon just sauntering through the streets like a leopard.
It's a weird day.
Very much so.
I've seen the big cats do that weird, like, head back, like, I'm king of all I survey walk, is what I'm imagining.
Oh, yeah.
The I'm hot shit.
Immediately before they trip and eat shit. But yes.
Usually. As you approach over to the guild hall after a few minutes' walk, he just kind of curls his length around a little bit, looking in. Humbler than I remembered. Maybe I've grown a bit. He just leans down to the door and says something in the draconic tongue.
I I know the Draconic tongue.
You hear Outrausir. And immediately you all hear the sound of plates falling and cracking.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, understandable. He just got boy.
Boy!
I mean, Rossier is very likely his son, so yeah.
Yeah, that is actually the truth of it. So, Rousier emerges, fluffing, kind of smoothing the edges of a much nicer coat than you're used to seeing him wear. It's like, oh, see a worm. Hello. Wow. And oh, they're here too. Oh, hi. That's this. What? I assumed you'd already be on your way. I didn't expect to. There's just one huff exhale of hot air in his head, and he just kind of gets quiet for a second. Time among the humans has changed you. Leans his head back up and just kind of lays down, crouches, puts his paws in front of the other, cat loaf style. So, there are two matters that must be attended to. The first is I will need some manner of gear for them to help traverse up the mountain. Oh, yes, Mother, I assume, wishes to speak with them? Just a quick nod. Right, I'm sure I can find stuff in their sizes easily enough. Climbing gear is, pretty readily available. And the second... You played a part in Agvir's vengeance, did you not? There's just silence for a moment. Yes, I did. I never met him, but it was unfair. His head turns and looks back towards a lot of you. What aid did my son provide?
Oh, didn't he protect people coming into the, guild hall?
He did, yeah.
When Shemaeus was assaulting the city, he stood and protected people, and before that he provided safe respite for us and other travelers.
He also provided information that helped us, collect and gather the clues to what the fuck happened.
Yeah, he definitely helped point the way.
Absolutely. He gave us valuable information that helped us in our quest to find the one responsible. He protected innocents in this very hall during the siege.
And he maintains a very adequate kitchen.
I love that you mentioned that. I love that mentioned that.
I'm just imagining everyone just slowly looks over at Vask like, what?
There is some side eye.
It's a
There's a little
compliment from a chef, all right?
Yeah, no, I like it. I like it a lot.
There's a little side eye from Rousier, and that's a no one. It's like, okay, adequate.
Okay,
It's
I'm
just-
sorry. It is a very nice kitchen. And Vask just goes silent again and just shrugging. That was more player error than character error.
It's fine. Just Rangilar just kind of leans back, and you just see the faintest little edges of a smile curl up around his long, tapered snout. Mother would be proud. We sent you down here to be diplomat, to ensure that relations were good between us and the folk of the college. And it seems you have performed an exemplary task and then some. Tell me, Rousier, Just immediately stands at attention. Have you picked a prefix?
Oh.
And at that, you see this silver dragon just completely drop all composure once again.
Oh shit.
I don't think it's. I'm not prepared for that. I don't think you should be handing things out like that. You will be qualified to challenge my claim when you are of the same rank as I. Have you one picked, or shall I pick it for you? Just slowly shakes his head. You even adopted the Hume's facial expressions. Very well, then. The tip of the tail kind of winds around slowly until just the very edge of it taps Rousier on the crown of his head.
Oh.
Henceforth, you are Vir Rousier. An honored member of the Horde whose name shall be remembered. Bear it well.
So I know what that means, but does Jeddah?
Yeah. You can roll a history check. DC is not going to be super easy, but you can try.
Yeah, I imagine not, but
Nope. Oh my god, are you a knight?
you know, in the is he speaking common or the draconic language?
Yeah, at this exact moment, it is the draconic language. When he was speaking to him.
In the mental language, in the mental connection between everyone, she's like, I think he's like knighting him or something.
Is
He's like given him a prefix on his name.
Hildegard looks absolutely confused. Dragon politics make no sense to her.
God, that's. I know what this means, but she's got no fucking idea.
Mm-hmm.
It's like what? It's like what does it mean that you could eventually rise in rank to be the equal? That makes no sense.
Oh, do you speak the dragon language too?
Oh no, I didn't get that.
Just know that something happened. He was speaking common pretty much until the point where he started saying all the "I'm swearing you in" shit.
Oh, gotcha. Like just generically confused.
Yeah, you guys don't even. Well, I guess you kind of know that she can speak their language because
You did read the
saw her
script
as
at the
equal.
tomb.
Yeah, I read the script. That's right. Yeah, you
But,
guys know she can understand their language.
If she didn't, being a kobold would be kind of red flag.
Yeah.
Also true. But like
Mhm.
she doesn't understand the significance of that. So she's like, she got ignited, I guess.
So, the now christened Vir Rousier just kind of
Oh, that's great.
stands there with the just absolutely dumbfounded, I didn't expect this when I woke up today look on his face. Looks over very slowly. Climbing gear. And stumbles and trips on his way inside of the guild hall's door, then slips in.
Oh, that's adorable.
As he departs inside, Ronkilar just sighs for a moment, kicking a bit of snow off of the roof of the guild hall. And just settles his head down on his paws, patiently waiting.
Can I insight him?
If you want to try.
Yeah, I can try. I want to try, but
18. All right. There was pride at the beginning, but as he settled down, you got just the briefest little feeling that there was a moment of concealed, pretty well concealed pain. Regret for a moment of some kind.
Oh, can I pick up that it's because he misses his son and like?
You're not sure if that's the cause or not, but it's a very likely one.
Okay.
Was Veer the title of the other of the dead son?
The young dragon's name was Agvir. Yes.
Oh, god damn it! I wish I understood the significance of it. God damn it! I do, and I find that very cool. Jedda's fucking
Would any of
lost.
us would any of us have any vibe on what's going on or inkling? Vara being a book nerd.
Varric is definitely has the best shot out of all of you. Vask, I'd say, it's traveled enough. For the large part, most of y'all aren't from areas that are very dragon heavy, except for that. You're traveled enough to where if you wanted to roll for it, Vara and Vask both could. History checks. Yep.
Okay. I'm pretty good at that, actually.
She has been living around here the longest out of any of us, so.
Well, no, not as much as
Oh, that's
Matt.
true.
Pretty close. Verbal. Okay. Actually, yeah, you both would. So it takes you a moment. You're not entirely sure what happened there, being knighted and all. You've never seen that ritual, but you do know that draconic names are syllabic in nature, and that as they age and reach new stages of life and prestige, a new syllable is added onto their name as a way of a show of status. So putting two and two together after a moment, you both figure out that Rongilar basically just put the Guildhall guy you know up at a rank very close to his own within the full context of the Horde.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
Ah, okay.
And yeah, Vask over the mind link, and to Vara, since he has to keep a separate one to her, because she wasn't there when he. Actually, if it's long enough, he'll recast it. If we're waiting 10 minutes for
You would have had time to do that walking over, sure. Just
Okay,
imagining
so
with the
yeah.
telephone game, you're still like, okay, you know what? Fuck this. Hold on. And just preparing
Yeah.
it again.
Yeah, so just as like, oh yeah, he just got a big upgrade if I remember dragon gossip right.
Yeah. It's basically the same rank as he is right now.
Wait, fuck, really?
Just blinks. Is that's how dragon politics work?
Sure.
Have you noticed the oldest, most important dragons you hear about have the longest, most ridiculous names?
Wow.
Really hoping the dragon doesn't have detect thoughts up like the judge did.
Oh god, he just turns over to us and shoots lightning at us.
I really hope he doesn't
I
have
can't believe I made that joke last time. It's like, we're having this whole psychic conversation around the judges. Wouldn't it be funny if they had detect thoughts, and then as they're leaving, reveal they did have it up? It's like, oh, oops.
Yeah. So, the
Well,
silence is
they
not.
Sorry.
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
It's just, just if they had wanted, they could have gotten our emotions even with detect thoughts. But like, if they wanted to dig deeper, we would know. So it's not like they heard what we were saying.
They knew you were talking to each other, though.
Yeah. They knew we were talking to each other, but like, they don't know.
They were in the
What?
outside of that Young Justice episode where they were having
Yeah,
a
I was
mental
just thinking that.
conversation.
God.
Oh,
I love the
God, I
video
love
where
that.
they take out the psychic conversation, so
Yeah.
it's just Zatanna watching and mounting confusion.
Because they're just making intense facial expressions at each other.
It's
Anyway.
like, having
Yeah.
a psychic conversation? No.
Considering that they know Vask by reputation, they'd certainly be on guard for weird mental shenanigans.
And they know that Vast fucking mind whammed somebody.
Mm-hmm.
You put down a
Like,
mind
Vask
whammy.
tries to be more. He tries to downplay his psychic abilities and more go for the telekinetic, flashy stuff, because people are more comfortable with, oh, you can throw a rock, that's cool, than, oh, you can read my minds, you're going to burn out the stake.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Depending on where you go. So,
Yeah.
couple of minutes pass, and Rousier does, Veer Rousier now comes out carrying a few different things of harnesses and a few pairs of boots of different sizes. It's like, okay, so here's what we're gonna need, and just kind of throws them all down at all of your feet. Hey, guys. So, I hope you're not gonna treat me any differently. Nothing's changed. I'm the same guy you know. Please do not make a big deal out of it.
If you prefer, before I didn't, I will.
If it makes you feel any better, I still barely know you.
Yeah, I mean, I just met you like yesterday. Also, all I know about you is that your kitchen's adequate, which is okay, right?
Oh, coming.
It was a good kitchen. I'm sorry I used the word adequate.
No, this is good. Keep me humble. I cannot get a big head out of this.
Oh,
Just 3 confused faces between Hildegard and the bird staring. I'm just going like, just shrugs.
well, I've we've been around each other, off and on for a while.
Yeah, we have.
So, I will adjust to your new name.
Yeah,
And
I'll try to do that too.
I can imagine the new name is tricky.
Oh.
Shifty
Oh boy. Okay, well, good luck up there. Be ready for some sights and try to withhold judgments until the end.
all right.
No more comments. And he just immediately walks back inside, very quickly bowing at his dad before going inside.
Thanks, Dad.
He's nice.
We sent him down here for explicitly because of his temperament.
I worked around him, not necessarily directly with him, but he is, as far as I can tell, he has always been good at his job.
His tongue was truly gifted from birth. We all knew it. That's why we sent him down to serve as a liaison. Now, I trust all of the equipment is adequate for your size.
Probably. I don't know. I've never gone outside.
Is it?
I mean, they look like it. You guys haven't really dug through the boots and stuff yet.
Yeah, I'm gonna start checking stuff.
Time to start digging.
There are 5 pairs of climbing boots and a few bits of rope attached to them, some belt buckles and the like. It is 5 packs of climbing gear. They are sized for medium-sized creatures, so not all of them will fit amazingly, but they will all fit you.
Okay.
Just imagine that one of you, either Jetta or Garm, is just going to strap Vara in like a papoose or something.
Jetta is actually having some trouble getting her stuff on. She doesn't say anything or try or like show.
Too
that
bad.
she
Garb's
is.
gonna help you.
If you do, she goes, I'm fine. Help Vara. I need to adjust to this. Help Vara.
Vast cheats because he can just hold the harness and stuff up with his mind powers and just, adjusted himself.
Yep. You just cinch it up, tie a complex knot.
She doesn't look you in the eye, Garm, when you're when you go to help her. When she tells you not to, she doesn't look you in the eye.
That's cool, because you normally don't want to look a wolf in the eye.
She's done that with Garm already now, so.
Mm-hmm.
Garm, that's enough. Seriously, Garm, it's fine. As he just continues to do it.
Mm-hmm.
All the energy of a dog about to grab something off a countertop.
Oh no!
Let me do it for you.
God.
Thanks for that.
Is Jetta still struggling with it?
She gets it eventually, but
Yeah.
if
Hildegarde's
if
gonna-
she's if not the last one to get ready, she's like second to last, if not the last.
Yeah, because Garm's doing it for you.
She doesn't let him.
Hildegard has
Well,
strapped
well, what
on-
are you gonna do? Fend him off with your one arm?
Wow.
Yes, yeah. If he tries to force it, like, does he try and force it?
He's just being helpful.
But like when she says she's to go help Vara, does he leave or?
Vara
He's
is
still helping you because he's in the middle of it now.
Vara is putting on the gear just fine. She was,
Yeah, but she's got She'll put a hand on his shoulder and just like quietly say, "Gorm, I have this. Please stop." I'd rather not have something in front of the dragon.
Embarrass me in front of Dad.
Curse me for the cool guy.
And now she does meet your eye, and she's looking a little like not angry, but a little peeved that you didn't listen to her.
He finishes up. If that's so you desire, he just finishes what he's currently doing and not the whole job.
Okay. And she'll say, "Thank you, Garm," and she'll finish it herself.
Yep.
Hildegard's gonna slide over to her. Like, her equipment basically is really tightened because she's, skinny as shit. Like, she's gonna slide over to Jetta and just give her a light push inside and just, hush whisper goes. She'll say, "Nat, it is okay to accept help."
Hildegard, leave me alone right now.
Okay. And that's all she says.
Yeah. She'll keep doing it. She'll get the rest of the equipment on.
Okay, it takes you a bit. You are the last one done at that point.
Yeah. I figured, but
Pretty much the moment all of you are finished, the dragon, waiting patiently, just rises up, stretches, arches the back a bit like a cat. All right, well. It's been a while since I stretched my legs. And he saunters over towards you and promptly crouches down on his belly again.
Are we to climb on?
Looks back at you and that seems like a very intuitive thing to draw from this, yes?
Well, we don't
Sorry,
want to
it's-
assume.
Yes.
Whee! I'm gonna climb right the hell up there.
yeah. Nat's gonna climb up as well. Go big fly! Get off my computer screen!
Oh, fly season.
Vara's just like,
Sucks.
this is the coolest fucking thing ever.
She's like, I hope my classmates are around to see this. I think I'm so cool.
Classmates just roll their eyes. There goes Vara again.
That would
This
be
is just like pulling yourself up. She gets up relatively fine, I think.
Yeah, you just hear one of the other students. Teacher's pet.
Well, the other students don't have a problem with Vara because she's, this way, and also she happily samples all of their experimental potions.
They don't
I will
have a problem
do-
with that.
I will have the drugs for you.
I'll take the drugs. Why not?
Give it to Farah, she'll try anything.
Mikey, you'll eat it.
Are you adequately fastened? Drive the spikes of the shoes in between the scales. You're going to
Oh.
need them.
Understood.
Look over at the birds. It's like, you may want to hold them rather than have them sit on your shoulders.
Oh, you're bringing the vermin along.
Wow.
Yes, I advise you hold tight to them.
Damn.
This is like Killigard's been like a mixture of confused, scared, and then this creature. It's the first time she actually shoots at a slightly harsh look. Not that I'd care. And she's gonna pull the birds like into her coat, where there's just the heads poking out of the top of the coat.
Aw.
They both just cough, very happy with their whole experience. They're getting cuddles now.
Nice and warm.
Aw.
Yeah, hunker down.
Yep.
And with not another word, he vaults himself forward and sprints at full speed out of the town towards the mountain.
Oh, Jesus.
It is disorienting. It is not like riding on a horse. He is running very much more so in the manner of a big cat. So it's
Nonetheless,
it's not,
I appreciate Garm appreciates the wind through his hair.
There's just a steady stream of "we," both in your heads and out loud.
Oh, God.
Like, have you seen those people who are utterly terrified but enjoying the roller coaster?
Yeah.
That is Hildegarde.
Yep. All right.
I happen to like going fast.
Laura is a horrible little adrenaline junkie, and this is great.
All right. Moving much faster than you expected out into the wilds, you pass through the snowbanks with no difficulty whatsoever. As soon as that map will load for me. You move at a surprisingly quick clip as this dragon just is not taking off into the air, but still surprisingly fast on his feet. As he approaches out into the wilder areas, there are herds of deer and the like moving about in the woods that just have, oh shit, oh fuck energy as they just scatter into the four winds as this creature the size of a space shuttle is launching itself through the snow around.
Dashing through the snow.
Just imagine the deer aren't coming down from that adrenaline high for days.
Some of them probably just fucking died from a heart attack.
Yeah.
Like, dragons don't actually have to hunt. They just have to show up and watch the deer fall over.
Is that what their fear aura is for?
Oh, my God.
That's clever.
Dragon could say the stupidest shit and someone will just die of fear. Bazinga.
I'd die of fear if you said that anyway.
Mm-hmm.
That is power word pain, after all.
It is. So, it's a decent trek. More than an hour passes going this way. The dragon makes no attempts to conversation, no focus on anything other than eyes straight ahead and breathing. The wings are tapered in at the side. Occasionally, when there's a rough patch or a drop in elevation, he will not fly so much, but use them to glide a little bit between gaps. Especially when you get around the cliffside here when you were searching for the behemoth.
Utterly thrilled every time this happens.
Jessica's been flying on his summon, but this is much faster than anything he's been on.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
It's probably faster than anything any of us have seen.
Yeah. If you can see her, if anyone can see Nat's face, she does have a bit of a grin on her face.
Without a doubt, the greatest Studio Ghibli moment of our campaign so far.
Oh God,
Just
we're on
hour-long
cat bus.
ride to the snow on the back of a dragon.
We're on cat bus
Yeah.
right now.
Oh my god, we are.
Oh, cat bus mixed with the glider.
Okay, just take a look around, see if anything's like out of the ordinary, I guess, around us.
If you guys want to roll perception checks to see some sights, sure, go ahead.
Yeah,
Yeah.
why not?
Yeah,
Let's put those eyes to use.
sure. It'll be
Oh
fun.
my god. Oh my god.
I mean, I looked at your sheet again recently. Don't you have a passive perception of like 24?
Yes. Look, I built this character to do one thing really well, and that's it.
What do your blind eyes see?
Nothing, yet everything.
All right. Okay, pretty good all around. So,
19 on the die, okay.
snow begins to fall a little heavier. The sky becomes a bit more overcast. At one point, I'm going to roll something here off the encounter table.
Oh.
Ooh, that's fun. All right. As you near closer to the mountains, towards the forest, some of the trees starting to look a little bit older and more ancient in their appearance. You see a herd of elk bounding out through the trees. A little less afraid, and as you get closer, you actually notice that their fur is a distinct dark blue color, and their antlers are glowing like ice.
Whoa.
Hmm.
Cool.
They are keeping
Yeah.
pace with the dragon surprisingly well. Don't seem terribly afraid of him.
Well, that's terrifying.
Yeah, actually, can I roll something on?
The same elemental?
Arcana rolls would be allowed, yes.
Okay.
Okay. Not good at this, but
14, okay.
yeah, 14.
9.
I'm just not rolling well today.
Give it time.
Sheet.
Well, no, I rolled well for the history, so okay.
Yeah.
All right. All right. These are definitely new to you, Vask. For the other two, who are more local, it takes you a minute, Jeddah, to remember them, because you've only just kind of heard people mention them in passing. Vara mentions them and knows them pretty much immediately. These are known as Kimrosh. They are surprisingly sacred creatures to the northern lands. The Furbolg practically, they often will seek them out as mounts, kind of sacred bonds between.
Oh.
They are very powerful, magical, servid creatures that are attuned to the spirits of winter. Seeing them is supposed to be very good luck.
That's
Oh,
fucking
hey.
terrifying. Furbolg cavalry running at the speed of dragon at you.
On
Good
glowing
lord.
elk. God.
It's like, no wonder no one fucks with their forest.
Are they?
But these are wild and... Yep, go ahead.
I was just wondering, are they the same size as elk, or are they a little bigger?
More like Irish elk size.
Jesus fuck.
Yeah,
Oh,
they're bigger because
That's
Furbolg.
Sick.
Even though the dragon, which is surprisingly light on its feet and quiet, you can hear their hoofbeats as he runs along. Much more so.
God.
Only thing drowning them out is the sound of the wind and his breath on occasion.
Jesus.
He is.
That is thrilling and terrifying.
Yeah.
Which means Vara's having a
it's-
fucking great time.
That's cool as shit.
The herd diverges and splits off in different directions at some point after a few moments. And you approach the foothills leading up to the mountains, and even though the snow is beginning to fall and the skies are getting gray, it is plain to see which mountain you were heading towards. Mount El Gilyali is massive. It spires upwards unnaturally high, and you can see why in that it actually has a lot of massive stalagmites of ice that appear to have been made and carved as fortifications.
Oh.
And there are long, winding pathways leading up and around the peak. As you approach, closer and closer, passing through the mountains, not seeing too much, the forest begins to get a little too thick to spy much along the way. You begin to hit an almost more vertical point, and for the first time in more than better part of a couple hours, the dragon just kind of leans its head back and grab tight.
All right.
And it proceeds to just start jumping up the different sides of the mountain as quickly as he can.
Oh god.
Just
Oh my God.
effortlessly lancing through ice, climbing up it like ladders, going up rock faces. Not ever flying, just running.
I'm imagining
God.
kind of the way Devil Joe hops between like the little island. It's like weirdly graceful, but you feel the weight.
Yep. You definitely see large lancing cracks go through some of the ice columns as he goes up them.
Whoa.
You guys are experiencing draconic parkour right now.
Every other mode of transportation is going to feel inadequate now.
Yeah.
So, eventually, he reaches a point that only he recognizes the significance of, but he comes upon a large flat ledge with a massive opening, far larger than he. He could lay from end to end across the mouth and not even cover half of it.
Holy shit. Oh God.
He comes to a stop, slightly sliding across the snow and ice. Sighs once again. This time, you could feel the heart beating beneath the scaled skin. It's been a long time since I've done that. Good to know I still can. He stretches and then just kind of slouches down over to the side. Off you get.
Slides down. Yeah.
Vara will slide down and like do a little cheer when she lands. Like,
Yeah. Looking up, you are you feel like you're on top of the world. You are higher than any other mountain peak in this valley.
Yeah. Nat like takes a deep breath of the air.
Same.
You can see clouds below you at some
Oh
points.
my God.
Not entirely.
Uh,
Some are still above, but you guys are high up.
That's...
Hildegard,
Oh, go.
Hildegard's gonna slide down. She has like jelly legs for the first couple steps, but then like, rights.
Mm-hmm. It's a shame that shame it was the wrong season. The view's even better when you fly, but if I attempted that, you all would have frozen to death.
That was incredible, though.
But flying would be amazing.
600 years and you never get tired of it.
Aw.
I can understand that.
Well, come. Much to discuss inside. I assure you it's far warmer in the interior than out here. You might want to hurry. The cold can betray here. And he turns and starts moving inside the cave mouth.
Quickly follow.
All right.
Yeah.
Inside, almost miraculously, the temperature nearly doubles. It is suddenly weirdly warm, thermal almost. And you can see kind of scattered all along the walls, little carved out bored holes along the rock walls, and you can feel warm air coming out of them.
Oh. Is this place
There's central
volcanic?
heating.
Yeah. Is this mountain volcanic?
No. Well, it might have been once. But there are thermal springs down near the heart of it.
Oh, that's a very impressive construction.
She's had 2,000 years to get it right.
Goddamn.
Going through the tunnel, it rapidly becomes clear that it might be a little too warm for some of the heavier winter equipment.
Yeah.
But for long, you see a little bit of light up ahead. And inside, what I remember. There we go. You behold the entire interior of the mountain has been carved and hollowed out. And there are just countless spiraling walkways, archways made of ice, stone, metal, crystal even in some places. Hanging stalactites, larger than any building you've ever seen. Vents of steam coming out of the various walls. And you could see serpentine swirling around the exterior of the mountain walls and the interior that marks them. Massive veins of silver that catch the light coming in through various bored holes in the rock and illuminate the entire inside. The scale of this place is hard to put into words. Any one of you that has been in a larger city, this kind of trumps them.
It is indeed a vast, a city within a mountain.
Yeah.
A very, very old city.
Hello?
Hello?
I can't
Hello?
hear anybody
Hello?
right this second. That's weird.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
One sec.
Discord.
There you are. Okay.
Discord.
Okay, there we go. Okay, I can hear you guys now.
Okay.
Hello.
Good.
Whoa.
This is.
Impressive.
I don't think I've ever seen anything like. I've definitely not seen anything like it.
And to think it's all hidden from view.
You're only seeing the grandest of chambers. There are many others, but we're not here for those. Come. Let us see if she still wakes. And he starts going up even higher into the peak, following along on a wide pathway of carved stone.
Do we see Dragonborn and Kobold around?
Roll a perception check.
Okay. This is definitely not a settlement I know, so
13. Okay, so at first you're just taken in by the grandeur of the place, but as you're walking along and moving around, you start to realize that you're seeing lots of carved out little kind of spherical carved stone adobe-like structures sticking out that have little windows and doors that are clearly meant to be homes, but you're not seeing all that much in the way of life. It's a big mountain, so you're not way sure, but after a moment you start to realize, I kind of expected to see more dragonborn and kobolds here.
Yeah. She's looking around. You guys see her like looking around and like that at first like just like wow by everything, but then the wow kind of drains from her face. What are all the kobolds and dragonborn?
Perhaps they are gathered elsewhere.
All will be revealed in time.
Oh no.
A few minutes of walking up, you begin to find an area that appears to... It's like the structure of the stone around you changes as you enter into another cavern. It goes from a much darker, more granite stone to something a lot lighter. Almost unnaturally so. You see lots of veins of ice as you snake your way through. And you see lots of veins of silver, and you start to realize you are in a tunnel of carved ice.
Oh.
You can just faintly see through it. And at one point, you pass by what you think looks like a large curved thing, and you realize that it's a claw. But a claw that is well, let's just say that Rangilar probably... Well, it's big enough to be nearly the size of one of his wings.
We're seeing this through the ice wall.
Yep.
Jesus.
Is it moving at all?
Nope.
I think she's completely encased.
Oh my god. Oh. Jenna's getting a bad feeling about this.
I mean, I get it. It has to be really cold for me to be able to sleep too.
No, right? And I had to be born in the southeast. So, as you proceed, the area opens up once again to a large interior chamber with very little in the way of light, just the faintest bits coming through the thick ice. And you can see serpentine snaking around it. What looks at first just to be a massive vein of silver until you realize it is the neck of a much larger dragon. And towards right, just a little ways above your head, you can see just the littlest bit of it, just a sliver of exposed, what you think is stone at first. Then you realize is part of a snout. And you could see the faint outline of a closed eye, the beginnings of a horn. And strange crystalline growths lining along the extremities of it.
Oh. She's a part of the mountain.
Sounds like this is a more than an elder and probably a great worm.
Yeah.
Oh, it's...
I don't know if we've ever heard of a great worm.
As you enter in, there's just one small little platform standing out like a lip. And Rongular just kind of turns and sits down. There's a troubled but sympathetic smile crossing his snout.
Huh.
It seems we are too late. She slumbers again. So the duty of explaining things falls to me.
She's part of the mountain.
As is the fate of all dragons.
never heard of that before.
It's not something commonly shared. We dragons were born of a confluence of all the elder gods. We were given bits and gifts of each of them. The wings to soar, and the air to breathe, the magic to command, the light to drive away the darkness, the agelessness, and from the earth, the metal from which we draw our hides. But eventually, agelessness only goes so far anymore. You stand in the presence of the Mother of the Mountain. You may very well be the last to see her alive.
Oh. Is she going? Is she going to die?
In a manner of
Sad?
speaking. In a manner of speaking. A dragon may be slain. They may bleed. They live long enough. They just sleep and never awaken again. When that happens, it's usually because the metal within their bodies has overtaken them. There's so little of her left now. She's just the silver veins that run through the mountain. She's been sleeping more and more for centuries now. She was awake just earlier today. Bade me go and retrieve those who saved her son. Very likely her last son.
Oh. Is there any way to rouse her?
If there were, I'd have done it. Her sleep is that of stone. Only stone knows when it must wake.
Returning to the earth, as it were.
Aye.
2,000 years. In her absence, who will lead him the mountain?
Ideally, it's supposed to be me. But I'm about 100 years off from my great sleep, in which I will undergo the final change, when I shall become mother. We had hoped she would last longer, but her slumber has grown longer. The clutches she lays at the mountain's heart, they are just stone, crystal, broken, aberrant things, malformed.
Ooh.
Hence why, well, there aren't many left. I'm sure you've noticed. We once numbered in the tens of thousands. And we've all slowly... I've watched most of my children slowly succumb, hoping for the day their mother would awaken again.
How many are left?
Too few.
That is why your son was so precious.
Indeed. Agvir and I had an accord of sorts. Were I to perish too soon for my time, Al-Gilyali's lair and hoard is the greatest in this continent. But not in the sense most would see. She did not hoard wealth. She hoarded knowledge. Secrets. Arcane things.
Secrets she will take with her.
But good luck telling that to the countless would-be successors who will fly here when she passes.
Ooh. I can imagine.
As Sire Worm, it is my duty to defend this place, and I have done so for 300 years. But if I were to fall, and I can only imagine just how many would seek to claim this mountain, Agvir was to flee, to take what we could, the things that were too precious to be thrown away. And he was to bide his time, grow in strength, and return when he was ready to succeed.
And now that line of succession is broken.
There is a very clear sign of pain on this old dragon's face at that statement. Live long enough, you learn live long enough, you learn to understand. Even the best laid plans rot.
Yes.
You can never prepare for what life puts in front of you. Not truly.
Is there no other way to continue the cycle?
I can only buy time. She
Look,
is not
man.
dead yet, though she doesn't even breathe anymore. She just subsists on the magic within her. And that will only last so long. We try not to push, we try not to pry, we try to make this last as long as it can.
Enjoy what little time you have left.
Right. That is why we could not aid with everything that happened. Our weakness cannot be exposed.
So
Far
your
more would be
son's
lost.
actions were
They
done
were
out of
his
the
own.
goodness of his heart.
They were his own, aye. He had a soft spot for that Scion girl, wanted to know what her condition was. I trusted him. Alas, you can't outfly everything.
If it is any consolation, it wasn't for him, the thing that did this likely would have gotten her.
Aye.
And who knows what would have become of that.
And were it not for you, you would have died unavenged. There are two reasons I called you here. I take no joy in bearing our weakness. But I have no choice. I would reward you for your actions. And if you wish, you may take your rewards and go. What of her hoard I have to give you, that I am able to give you, I will. But there is something more. There are a few eggs that have come, that are healthy, that are viable. Kobolds mostly. But enough. Enough to keep this place running. To give the illusion of far more vitality. Very likely her last clutch, but something has snuck its way into the bowels of the mountain. It has been preying upon them. It retreats into crevasses I cannot go. And any drakes I send, they never return. I cannot spare any more. It is a lot to ask. It is a lot to ask, but if you would, your reward will be greater.
Might have done so, even without the promise of reward.
I would very much like to help save the lives of children.
Yes.
Yeah, I'll help.
Your people have always been decent to my people. More than others.
Aye. gladly take up your cause. Avenge your fallen brethren.
Thank you.
I can consider intrusive, but if you would consent to it, I may attempt speaking to her telepathically while she sleeps.
If you wish to try it, I will not begrudge you, though I will warn you. Her mind is deeper than the ocean.
Vask, I got a bingo card of things I shouldn't probe.
Yeah, it's just think of that. It's just like, well, let's see how it's gonna compare.
When's
to
the next time I'm
Shemaiah's
going to get the
chorus.
opportunity to mind probe a great worm?
Yeah.
Hand gently lands on your shoulder, Vask. If you get lost, I'll snap you out of it.
You want to punch me, aren't you? Or slap
Yeah.
me?
Something.
All right. Begrudging acceptance. So yeah, he will attempt try to psychically speak. What was the dragon's name? What was her name?
Algil Yali.
God, I just realized how long that is with that piece. Good lord.
Mm-hmm.
And Vask telepathically will say, "All respect to you, Algilali. We've been summoned by your mate to speak to you. If you can rouse yourself."
At first, there's nothing. But after a moment, it feels like you are getting washed over by a tsunami. I need you to make a wisdom saving throw for me.
Ooh.
With my big fat 0.
And oh boy.
That is.
Oh.
Hey.
Hold on. Wait.
Remember, you're in my presence.
Oh, yeah. So I get +4?
+3.
+3.
Well,
13? So, yeah.
13
okay,
is
so
still
I
not
can't use
enough,
this.
but
I can't
this
use that.
isn't-
That's not a
this
thing.
isn't anything like that, no. This is just to hold your concentration as you were just hit by a magical just wall of awareness. You feel like you're getting hit by a glacier for a moment before just snapping back out of it. She definitely was aware of you, but she moved very slowly and seemed to have no regard for accidentally brutalizing your mind and attempting to contact you. You come out of it in a cold sweat, feeling your heart nearly
Gathering
beating
thought.
out of your chest.
Vask, you alright?
She's still in there, but she's kind of squints as he's looking for the right word. Groggy.
Could you not? So she's there, but you couldn't talk to her.
You're lucky to get
Maybe-
anything out of her nowadays.
Yeah, I got the feeling that if she tried speaking, does the air quotes, in that way, my brain would probably be leaking out through my ears.
If you're,
What if you split the pressure?
I mean, we are in the link. I could try.
What if you did a link and
Include
tried to
him and her
include
in it?
her? Well, yeah, why don't you try and include all of us in it, including her, and she nods
Yeah.
towards the.
I mean, if you're. Again, if you consent to it, I can include you to a telepathic web that I've linked my allies with. They can attest it's a little weird, but I mean,
It's not my favorite thing, but that's.
she has a point. It might actually take off some of the burden, and you might be able to speak with her yourself.
And even if it does not work, as hoped. Perhaps now she will be aware enough of our presence that she can rouse herself when we return from our task.
Your familiarity might call out to her more than us.
Worth a try.
So Vask will sit down and spend another 11 minutes recasting the spell I've cast 3 times today and do Psychic Bond, or Telepathic Bond.
It's a ritual cast, though, so...
It just
Yeah,
takes
no,
half
that's
an
why I
hour
said
to do it that
11
many
minutes.
times.
Yeah. How many people can you include in Telepathic Bond?
Let me check. I think it's any.
I want to say it's up to 5.
Oh, I did not fill that in.
Hold on.
Oh.
1 sec.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember. I think it's 5, but
Up to 5 is my memory, but I will make sure.
Oh, 8 willing creatures of your choice within range.
Hey,
Yep.
so we,
Hey, yep.
we can
there's
all
7
share
of
the
us
burden.
all together here, so you include one of the birds and the bird just pops.
One of the birds or the weasel.
I mean, they're connected to Hildegard, so they're in regardless.
Yeah, they technically are.
Yeah, so you can
Still
include the
need-
weasel, then it's 8.
I still need to come up with a dire weasel stat block for you so I can turn the least weasel into the most weasel with enlarge.
Most weasel.
Most.
Or with polymorph.
The little fucker would like that.
Well, if you were to use like enlarge on the least weasel, wouldn't that just cancel it out into just a weasel?
Great.
Then
That's why I
there's
said
no
polymorph.
weasel.
It needs to be the most weasel.
The greatest weasel.
Weasel.
Gonna give him a big
The
head.
greatest
Anyway.
weasel of all time.
I am Weasel.
God.
The most weasel. So, this is very interesting. So, I've got to roll something.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
That's always fun.
Don't you love it when you make a DM go, well, this is interesting. I gotta check something.
Yeah.
No, I'm into this. Okay. All right. First thing you notice is mentally connecting with Rangilar is definitely like enduring pretty strong winds. Not enough to bowl you over, but this guy thinks powerfully. Big thinking.
It's fine.
He is
connected.
patient, reserved. You could tell that he's very disciplined. His thoughts are largely contained and only when necessary. Doesn't have a lot of intrusive thoughts in that head of his.
Lucky.
Probably a welcome change from Vara.
Yeah.
And
When Zara is connected, it's just like a slight feedback tinnitus sound.
just tinnitus and like all the infomercials that play on network TV at like 3 a.m.
There's just show tunes 24/7 up there.
Moon shoes advertisements.
Hi, I'm Billy Mays.
God.
Oh God.
God, you
It's like Billy Mays yet lives. He didn't die, he just went home.
to hell?
God sent him there as a punishment, not to Billy Mays, of course, but to the demons.
So, as you connect, it's as though the inside of all of your minds goes dark.
Oh fuck.
And since it's not a solo act, you all definitely feel pressure, like something's squeezing the insides of your minds a bit. And in a moment, you are standing on the shore of a jagged, stormy sea, on a cliff top overlooking it. Weather twisted pines bowing in the wind, moving back and forth.
Or did we go somewhere? Or wait, am I in my true form here?
You are.
Oh shit. Did we teleport? Oh.
I think.
Oh.
Oh.
Okay.
I
Does
mean,
she when she
we're
goes
in
to
a
like reach out and
mindscape.
touch your face? Does she have both her arms here?
Yes.
I think we're in some part of her mind.
Can you see here?
That is a good question. What would Hildegard look in a mindscape?
That's up to you. What is your idealized vision of yourself?
Oh,
Your inner self.
You'd, oh Lord, you'd see a young woman who is like wearing like chainmail, breastplate, looks like she's not huge, but she's fit. You know, like easily almost 6 feet. Yeah, almost 6 feet tall. Just like wearing battle armor, and mace by her side, shield strapped to her back.
Aw.
You know, with extremely bright blue eyes.
Oh.
And long, medium length hair, tied down so it could be put under a helmet.
Trying to think what Garm would look like. Idealized Garm would look like.
Oh my
God, Garm,
you have a mustache.
Oddly
I mean,
enough,
he's got facial hair, just scraggly.
oddly enough, Vara
That's
just
just-
looks like Vara.
Yeah, I think an idealized Jedi looks, like what you've seen her changeling stuff look like, but much less muscular and like.
Oh my god!
younger looking.
It's like you've been twinkified.
Well,
You've
yeah,
caught
like-
You've caught Nomura syndrome.
and like they're actually wearing like wizard robes.
Magified.
Your muscles. Where are they? Oh my god! You got grogged.
What?
Yeah, wait, you haven't yet watched Vox Machina yet, have you?
Nope.
Grog the Barbarian loses all of his strength at one point, becomes a little beanpole.
Oh
His muscle
no.
mass. Yeah.
Yeah,
And
like
it's up to the two gnomes to transport him across wilderness.
Yeah,
Because he's so weak, he can't carry his own weight.
two gnomes actually have to carry him.
It's fucking
what does
great.
mask look like?
Fairly similar to how he does. The tattoos are probably a little more vibrant, and the colors kind of pulse with his heartbeat. You realize a little more vibrantly.
Oh.
But if you look a little too long, you realize something might be moving underneath the skin.
Oh fuck.
Ooh.
Jeddah, like, when she says something and she hears her own voice, like her hands, both of her hands go up, and then she like looks down at her hand, at the arm that's missing now, and then looks down at her whole body and just like stunned to silence.
If you ever do say any words out loud, you notice that they echo, and you can actually like see the sound waves and shit traveling through the air.
Ooh, cool.
Ask is just like, I was not expecting this, but that makes a lot of sense. Haven't been. This is mostly theoretical stuff, and he's just like looking fascinated around. Like, not often you get to actually explore a mindscape lucidly.
After thinking about it, I think Mindscape Garm he still more or less kind of looks like himself. He doesn't have all the heavy winter clothing. He's got what appears to be really rough spun monk robes, but he does have shackles on him.
Aww.
And they are gleaming silver.
Hmm.
Oh.
Like Hildegard's gonna look over at Jeddah and like, you have your arm back. And her voice is just like deeper and more powerful. And she's like, wait. She looks down at herself and she's like, oh my god.
Oh, wait a minute. I just realized with Hildegard. I can see! I can fight!
Like,
Fucking
Jeddah's
God.
like,
That's your
Jeddah's like, looks like she kind of looks like she's been slapped in the face.
You just feel a sigh and see Rong Hilar, who just looks like himself but bigger.
Even bigger.
I want to be massive.
She
So
jumps
much.
a little and then looks up to him.
It's good to
Depicts
know
himself
that-
as a mega Chad.
Yeah, his chin is bigger, like Godzilla 98 proportions.
Compelling arguments,
Dragon J-
whoever.
Just dragging Jay Leno up in here.
Oh, no.
I can crush a
No!
mountain with this thing. Perfect.
God. Jesus fuck.
Compelling arguments. However, I have depicted myself as master of the mountain.
She jumps and looks up when she hears. When Jada jumps and looks up when she hears his voice.
It's good to know that her dreams are pleasant.
Stormy oceans are considered pleasant.
Look ahead. Most interesting thing to ever happen to her. She's reliving her favorite day.
Aww. Oh,
The day
I
she
think I
came
know
here.
what this is.
And
Oh,
yeah, if you look out ahead, strangely enough, you have no trouble seeing out into the very far distance. You can see a little bridge of ice off in the distance, far from the north, and what
Oh.
appears to be people coming across it.
Wow.
Aww.
We're witnessing
Aw.
ancient history, boys. Well, girls. And fellow boy.
People.
I don't see her, but she clearly is reliving this. Hold on. We speak enough, it will get her attention. Right now, she's deeply within slumber.
So we should catch her attention.
Aye.
Hey,
Has
lady!
not
Can you wake up? These
yet,
Garm is very interested in the procession of people because that's ancient history.
It is.
yeah. Jetta's a little kind of checking it out too, but like, she's still looking a little shook by what she looks like here.
Yep. So, after a moment, when you cry out, specifically Vara's voice, you see a flash of lightning, and everything in the dream just comes to a halt, as though time
Ooh.
itself stops.
Lightning freezes mid-flash.
Yep. You see raindrops frozen in midair, wind blowing, it's hard things. You could see just little, you look closely enough, you could see little flecks of dust in the air. And you just feel this rumble, as though the earth itself is moving. There she is. And turning, you see just as though the horizon approaches. You start to realize that the entire sky up above you has just become one large reptilian slitted eye of gleaming
Holy
silver.
Oh.
Sick.
It blinks slowly and looks down at the lot of you.
Hi!
Then it disappears.
Oh, god damn it.
Oh,
And from below you on the cliff, just a titanic, long, metallic neck sinuously rises up from below you. Ronghilar could sit on her head.
my god.
Why are you here? Who are you?
You summoned us.
The ones who avenged your son.
I brought them, but you fell asleep again. This one gestures over at Vask with his tail. Possessed the power to contact you. They've agreed to rid us of the Eggbreaker. Just a strange pause, as though you're watching someone almost lull off to sleep. It almost looks as though the illusion around you begins moving again, but then stops once more as it snaps back to attention. See. I see. No. Just once again goes quiet, looks out ahead.
We met her. Her spirit spoke to us.
She still resides within the tomb.
Yes.
There's just like a look from Vara, like, what the fuck are you talking about?
It seems she valued this as much as you did.
This was the most special day. It's not gone perfectly since, but something so exciting and wonderful happened. I'll never forget the raw, powerful joy of it. It is a pleasure to show it to others, I must admit. You just see, after a moment, the vision somewhat resumes and cracks begin to appear in the sky. You see bits of the sky falling. Seems I am not meant to enjoy much of anything, though, any longer. I will try to rouse myself from this reverie. It may take time. You avenged my son. Then I must put away happy memories for just a little longer. See to it that things are put right.
We will avenge more of you.
See that you do. I've seen too much for my life to end on a sorrowful note. And you all are pulled out of the dream, feeling very similar to that feeling of a wave washing over you. And you're back in the lair.
Really need to remember how to do that again.
You were bolstered by the strength of her own mind. You don't live that long without learning a few things about the way magic works. Things you can't really teach.
So, Master of the Mountain, where is this egg breaker?
In the bowels. Far below. I will take you there. And should you succeed, you will be even more greatly rewarded.
Reward is no incentive.
And yet
The
I
state
give
of
it.
your people is desperate.
We'll accept any reward you deem worthy. The task that the task itself is worthy of doing.
Don't turn down a dragon's offer of thanks.
The dragon's like, well, if you don't want my.
I'm still
Guess I'll-
connected in your minds, you know.
Yeah, no, that was out loud because she's still shaking. She turns to those two and says that, do not turn down the dragon's offer of thanks.
I do not.
There's no need for fear here. Come. It's a long way down. He begins walking back out towards the main central chamber. And upon reaching it, just sits down and looks down into the bowels of the mountain, just hundreds of feet straight down.
Getting flashbacks to a certain other deep hole we contemplated.
Yeah. Can we throw a snail down it?
There's no snail here.
Well, hopefully that snail isn't down there.
Oh god, what if we threw
Oh,
a snail
no.
down?
No, it's the tomb
Oh,
tapper
no.
became the egg cracker.
Oh no!
That's a fascinating theory. So,
He's
Oh.
Gastoned his way into gains.
he's just singing the Gaston song, eating all lot of raw eggs down there, getting swole.
Jesus fucking
Well, considering it has a giant ass stomach mouth.
I hate this.
Mara has no idea.
Nope, none.
So now I'm roughly the size of a barge.
Flexes and cracks the mountain.
That is a fascinating theory. So, it would be far quicker to just ride the thermals down. Climb on again. I'll take you as far as I'm able.
Okay.
All right.
Very well.
And then once all of you are on, your stomachs lurch as he just leaps off the edge and just starts plummeting straight down like a diving falcon.
Decided that bar is
Just see-
overgrown.
Yep, you just see walkways, homes, some of them lit, some not. Occasional little brief glints of figures walking about. But this place is quiet. It feels almost more like a tomb than a home.
Oh.
And is there a tapping sound?
God damn it, Daisy.
Not that you can hear.
Don't tempt him into making that happen. I don't want that guy back.
It'll be an
Insane.
informative experience for Vara, who never went through it.
Yeah, I don't want it.
New character, new trauma. All right.
We'll traumatize you all over again, Vara.
Good luck.
As he descends further and faster, eventually the wings unfurl, and you feel your stomachs go back in the opposite direction as his descent slows. For a brief moment, spiraling downward like a buzzard, you are technically flying.
Yes.
Holy shit.
Coolest day of life.
And eventually, you get to a point where it's just dimmer, darker. You get the lowest point, you start seeing lichen and moss, little glowing bits of fungus along some of the edges of the walls. And large thermal pools of this bright blue-green water.
Oh.
And he comes to a landing. This is the nursery. And he tilts himself down and allows you off. And looking around, you can see this area is clearly built like it's meant to have folks staying here at all times. There are domiciles weapon racks, what appears to be a training ground of some kind, bunkhouses, and large enclosed areas and caves, like almost like large stone-carved alligator mounds, peat mounds that they lay their eggs in.
No.
And you can just see scattered all around massive geode-like stones everywhere, bigger than bigger than any of you.
Oh. Are those the ones that didn't come out right?
Aye. There are a few still who are. We've got them contained for the moment, but they don't thrive if they don't incubate here. We've taken what ones away we can to keep the egg breaker at bay, but it's sneaky. It's managed to find its way everywhere we've gone. There's an intelligence to it. Every time I come down, when I am aware of its presence, it slinks down into crevasses that I cannot follow into.
But we can.
Aye. Slay it. Bring me its head. If you are able.
Glad he threw that in, because then the monster would deliberately have no head to bring.
Or just like
Yeah.
40 feet long with a head 10 feet long. And you're like, well,
Hey, remember
don't
that part
care.
you said you can't fit in there?
this bitch squeezes.
It can. So, we do know that's where it goes. And you could see, kind of similar to the hole you found inside of the tomb. Similar
Ah.
spreads of bizarre red-green roots and almost looks like volcanic vents of rot.
What is that?
A gateway to Anrun, the underworld.
We saw one in the tomb.
More and more have been appearing in these last few years. We keep an eye on them. Sealing them does not work. They go down too deep. Very likely this creature crawled up from there.
And that's where it goes to hide?
Quite likely. I know not what you'll find, and I will provide whatever resources of the mountain I can spare.
A way back, I think, would be useful.
I'll be awaiting here. If I am able to aid, I will, but it has eluded me many times.
We will need a way back up if it's that deep.
I will provide.
Alright. He just
Climbing
walks
gear,
over
you-
to it.
The climbing gear you have should suffice for getting you down. We do know that it's not a purely vertical drop. There are other passages and the like that can be reached. Look for any signs of its passage. Be wary. I've sent down some of my best warriors.
Does it,
None of them have returned.
does it have a... I'm sorry if this is crude, but does it have a taste for you besides the eggs? Does it like the taste of dragon?
Not sure.
Hmm. Alright.
She asks because the mole won't know whether we can hunt it.
I know very little of it. It devours eggs. And any who witness it, well, they don't live to tell the tale.
We will find it.
I thank you.
Do you have a description of its scent?
What I've gathered, it's It's warm. Smells very akin to the sulfur. And to the springs. Hard. It's hard to tell. There is no clear scent to which I could identify what this creature is.
I was meaning for purposes of tracking.
That's what I mean. I've
Oh.
tried.
You
The
know,
scents here are too muddled. It blends in too well with the native ambient scent.
I see.
It's clever. That much I can tell. There's an intelligence to the way that the signs it does leave behind. All I know besides that is that it slithers.
Thank you.
I'm gonna go over to the mouth edge and can I investigate it?
Sure.
Look for like signs of, something crawling through it.
Absolutely.
Ah,
23, okay.
23.
Okay. So, you see, looking around, sleuthing your way about.
Yeah, yeah.
That is a good roll.
That
You
is
can
a job.
definitely see that, you notice that with the thermal springs and everything here, the stone is a little bit soft, especially around the lip of it, and you can see drag marks.
Mm.
Pretty wide drag marks, wider than you laying down in this form.
Ooh.
It's long and sinuous and kind of tracing them as best you can. This thing does appear to have a serpentine gait to it, but it can fit through this hole. You see no other visible signs of its entry besides that.
It's definitely slithered through here.
Are
It's
there-
large, but small enough that it can fit at least.
Any way of tailing our reason?
The last attack was a fortnight ago.
We're probably getting hungry again.
Indeed. It won't come out as long as I'm down here, though. If it were that brazen, it wouldn't have waited and slink around. It would have just attacked us outright.
We, on the other hand,
Indeed.
are a change.
It's clever. Don't expect it to attack like a wild animal, but it definitely won't come out as long as I am nearby, so I must depart for the moment. But I will be close. I will get here as quickly as I can.
I might. This is a morbid question, but I've thought forming. Are there any broken eggs that were not completely consumed?
There's a sneer on his face for a moment, and then, no.
I'm sorry. I just, as you saw in the mindscape, I am a changeling. I was thinking perhaps taking on a similar shape and trying to get the smell of something young would attract it.
Taking the form of one of my drakes is honestly not the worst idea. It knows to attack them.
May I see what they look like?
Do you speak our tongue?
She speaks it to him. Yes, I do.
Hold on.
Fluently.
Let me see it. The best glamour you can.
Oh God. She'll
Has to be
turn
someone-
into Ikla. Still missing an arm, but
Impressive, but scrawny, and you're missing a tail. Not much you can do about that, I imagine. I was hoping... I've not sent down kobolds after it. I doubt it would find you appetizing enough to come out. Do you have anything bigger?
she'll turn into a dragonborn.
Yeah, the one that you know would be Vir Rausir.
She'll turn into not specifically Virasir, because I feel like that's a bad idea right now. But like Virasir's cousin, essentially.
Slightly off-brand version.
Yeah, like bulkier.
Just rousier.
Leg.
Like a bulkier, like Ross, looking like more muscular, like she typically is.
Hmm.
This is my friend, Kaus here.
Sniffs at you. You changelings can reproduce scent to an extent. Not quite enough, though, but... He just exhales on you for a moment. It is a long, deep, very hot breath. It is not great. It's a little wet.
Yeah.
I mean, it already smells like sulfur down here.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be able to use polymorph to make a Drake, right? Since that's beasts only.
Yep. Not until you get to a higher spell level. Then just...
Since losing my arm, I cannot replace it, but I don't think this thing would care whether
It would
I had
see
an
you
If
arm.
as-
anything, it would see you as vulnerable.
Yep, you might be more enticing prey with only the one arm, honestly.
She blinks, tilts her head, and like tries to lessen her muscle mass, but increase like her bulk.
Gauntness.
She's
Get some
trying to look
fat.
like she's more substantial and less gamey.
Now that is an adequate disguise.
Yep.
She looks at her missing arm. I'll take adequate, I guess.
Take heart. We know many secrets in this mountain. We may be able to reward you in ways you do not expect. Let that motivate you. He spreads his wings and takes off into the air, kicking up a lot of warm sulfur spring water into the air, kind of showering down. It is unpleasant.
Well, that helps my smell anyway.
Yep.
Okay. So while he's doing that, Vara's actually been setting up some spells.
Okay.
First, I'm gonna roll my portents because I feel like
You are allowed.
I'm about to get into some shit. So I'm gonna whisper them to you because that's funnier for me. Okay, good.
Oh, those are interesting.
Those are interesting. Nice. All right. And then she's setting up a contingency spell.
Okay.
Ooh.
The contingency spell is a resilient sphere is gonna go off if she goes under like a fourth of her hit points. So if she hits like under 10 hit points, the resilient sphere is gonna go off so she doesn't die.
Okay,
So that's,
noted.
That's
Yeah,
smart.
Idea.
Contingency is a very fun spell.
And then she's gonna cast Arcane Eye.
Okay.
So she can send that down the hole before us so a thing doesn't spring out of the darkness and bite us as we're going down it.
Booga booga booga.
She's just been
Okay,
silently
I-
over there casting spells and she's like, okay, I'm ready.
It's only a minute, so I can't do that in preparation. But
Like a magical version of the little brother in A Christmas Story. Just load it down. I can't put my arms down.
she looks to Vara. I know you've seen already, but you don't seem particularly taken aback by what I am.
Am I supposed to care?
Many do.
She just looks at you and like shrugs like, do you want me to?
No, but
Then I ain't gonna.
I'm imagining that as you say that, you just start climbing down like this conversation is over now.
Yes, actually I do. Her little eye floats
yeah,
down.
she'll hook herself up to the climbing gear. Very secure, well, as securely as she can. And she'll climb down after Vara,
All right.
I don't know why I'm going first,
Muttering-
but she's going.
muttering, these clones are actually pretty useful.
Hildegard's going down next, but the ravens will actually fly like a good 10-15 feet off the rope as they're essentially providing oversight for her as she's trying to climb.
All right. I will say
can bring
it
up the
is
rear.
It is starting to get to dark vision required light levels.
Finger guns.
Yep.
Another reason why I have the
But
arcane eye
Vask
up.
is still glowing, so you're fine.
Alright!
Come on, I forgot about that.
I didn't.
We should have said him first to light the way.
I'll show you what arcane eye does, just in case you need
We just
it.
gotta hug Vask real tightly and before he goes down the hole.
I've read what the spell does, but that is useful. Alright. It can't enter another plane of existence. They had to think about that. Alright. Somebody has abused this spell. You know
yeah.
it.
Oh yeah.
Oh, it's still very abusable.
It's the most
Abuse
abusable
that
spell I've ever
for
read.
what? Oh my god, is it a keys? Does it need bat fur because it's a keys?
I'm imagining it's just because, you know,
I know.
you see in the dark and it.
Yeah, I know.
Alright.
I do like to think that the eye is like echolocating somehow. Because it's disturbing.
That it is. So, going further down. Let's do some athletics checks to determine how quickly this goes. And with the one arm, unfortunately, you're going to have disadvantage on this.
Oh no.
Fuck. Oh no. Oh god.
I'm so bad at athletics.
I'm so sorry, guys.
Fine.
Oh, damn.
You're fine. You're a tank.
Oh my
all
god.
right.
It's fine. I won't take anybody else out because I'm first.
I
Okay,
do have
yeah.
feather
God.
fall if we all start falling.
11, okay.
Oh my god, I had disadvantage and I rolled higher than all of you.
That makes sense. What the
That
fuck's
is
your
actually
fault?
pretty funny. Except Garm. That one's just sad.
Oh
So,
my god.
as you all descend, there is one brief, rather awful scare where the stone is so slick that Vara slips, losing the contact with the harness and actually for a moment free falling with the rope, taking Vask and Hildegard off of their ropes as well.
Oh my god.
Garm, thanks to Jeddah being down below as an anchor, you slip and fall down to where you're basically right behind Jeddah in the descent. But you manage to catch yourself. And thanks to a one-armed changeling,
Yeah, I guess with my claw, like my current claws, I have to just dig myself into the wall.
You're very determined to prove you're no less strong than before.
Yeah.
that is funny. So
Oh my
your arms are burning. If you had corded muscles, they'd be popping right now a little bit.
Get back on the wall.
Thanks to no nat ones, everybody manages to get reattached. You lose a little time and a little breath, and some of you probably came closer to peeing your pants than you have in a while. But
I also got a fucking hypertension.
Things went really bad. We at least had Featherfall waiting.
Yeah.
Bara just thought that was fun.
Oh my god, Laura, I'm gonna punch you.
She's
All right, you always get your
shithead.
Var always gets her money's worth. Fucking roller coaster rides. But yeah, no wonder she doesn't fear death. She's a college student.
Oh my god.
life is just a future of endless loans and disappointment.
Hmm.
All right.
Honestly, it's all uphill from here.
So you descend down, this time unmolested by the elements. The air gets progressively warmer and more humid. Starts getting a bit sweaty, but you do find a decent-sized opening snaking its way through, and you can clearly see, with dark vision and Vask's glow combined, little claw marks along the rims of the edges going in. Lots of them. And the same slithering marks.
Hmm.
That's what I saw above.
Does it look like it's slithering, but also has limbs?
Yep.
And claws?
Okay.
Yeah.
Does this seem familiar? Is this starting to seem familiar out of game? Or above game?
Above game, I don't know. You'll have to keep going and find out.
I have more than a few thoughts above game, and I'm not enjoying them. Nothing in it.
I'm very
Yeah,
suspicious.
but so far my
I
Oathbound
just
the
mean
Dragon
Vask
dying
being
is... Sorry.
Vask being a monster hunter, if he has any intel, but
I will say that if this is a monster that you are thinking of, an iconic creature, it is not something commonly known to folk of the surface world. So it would be a new sight.
My fear of the dragon dying has been proven correct, so God knows what else is going to happen down here.
God does know. He's gonna throw it at us.
God knows.
God does know, and he's laughing.
God's
Literally right now.
God's got his arm cocked back with a dodgeball, and he's about to whip it at us.
the hands on the lever, just waiting for us to step on the trapdoor.
If you can dodge a wrench, you can dodge a ball.
Why didn't you dodge?
Not one, damn it.
The dice gods rewarded nothing.
I suppose I'll go first and hope it, likes the scent of this and the look of it.
I mean,
So,
This just kind of looks to everyone and over the telepathic link, which the dragon is still a part of for the next hour until it runs out. He goes, so no one else needs light, right? It's just me that needs light.
I can't.
Looks at the birds.
one of them technically doesn't have dark vision.
Yeah, but like Hildegard does because of the other one.
Yep. And you can see through the other bird, so you're technically giving the other bird dark vision.
It's like she has super dark vision, so she's fine.
Yep. Advanced
So
dark
we do
vision.
need me to stay out as the light source.
I have advanced dark vision in a place I'm familiar with, but not here.
Not here.
I just have my regular dark vision.
I have technical dark vision because of my
arcane eye.
but I can also turn on my third eye. But
That's ethereal vision.
I have dark vision because I'm a dog.
I can either have dark vision, ethereal sight, I can read any language, or see invisibility. I just have to turn it on.
Very handy.
Some special eyes.
It's a special
So
eyes.
Vask is just asking, it's like, so no one's going to be upset if I turn off the light?
No.
Vask goes invisible.
All right, you burn an invisibility spell.
Well, no, my free daily spell.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
I'm gonna walk ahead of everybody.
Excellent.
I'm gonna float my eye way ahead of you.
Hildegard will follow.
All right.
Yeah. Good. I guess like a good 30, 40 feet ahead of them.
Okay.
So like, they won't be immediately obvious behind me for something they can see in the dark.
Okay.
Yeah. Hildegard or Vare, one of you two, whoever's closer, feels an invisible hand on their shoulder. Just is like, okay, I'm just so I can keep track of where everyone's at, because I can't see shit now either.
Probably me.
I just realized this turns off my own light source.
I'll turn my actual dark vision on because my eye is way ahead of me. It's just so I can guide Vask around.
You could conga on Hildegard.
All right.
This may have been a mistake, but Vask was feeling paranoid being the only light source in a cavern when we're going after a predator. This is just waiting for another spider ambush.
It is very fair.
I've been ambushed by a spider already. Fuck this. Invisible.
How far? Is there any breakaways in the path?
I think this thing doesn't have tremor sense or blind sense.
God.
So, what you guys encounter, it's largely very smooth going forward, but you do start to notice that there's a bit of water trickling under your feet, too.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
And before long, you come upon a fork in the path where, from a very small opening near the bottom, you can see springs of that warm sulfur water coming out. It's not hot enough to cause damage, but it ain't pleasant.
Mm. Can I look to see which path it seems he went down, or
There's only one other path forward, really. One of them's big enough for you to go through. The other is very small. Like, the
Okay,
weasel
so he-
could go through it.
Okay.
The eye could peek in there.
I mean, if they want to use that with your time, sure.
Nah, it's probably not
Yeah,
down
it's
there.
just that's so small that only the weasel can go through it. This thing is not squeezing through.
Hopefully.
Hopefully. As long as it's not a tomb tapper that was turned into a snail, we're good.
Just a snail
Well,
crawling.
I
at you
felt
with
my
a giant
concentration on that end.
I know.
That would have only lasted an hour.
Vask suddenly gets a mental text message. Not only I lived, bitch, but I'm in your wall.
hammer. I'm in your.
He's in the
Didn't like
walls.
myself unless he kept it. Yeah, forward.
All right. Proceeding in, the tunnel starts to get a little bit wider and starts to be much clearly more natural erosion. And
Oh, just to
Before
aid in
you-
this, I'm gonna mutter to myself in Draconic. Well,
Mhm.
the dragon language.
Yep.
Because it's probably heard that being said before.
Yep.
Ordrin, yeah, that's it, right? Ordrin?
Or, yeah. Well, no, that's actually the giant tongue. The dragon tongue is Amzarn.
Ah. That one. I have a lot of languages because I'm a changeling, so.
Yeah, you do. Oh, nope, that's not right.
Oh, God.
There we go. We'll let that be faint. Very faint. Just enough to get that signal. Perfect. Okay. You start to hear more water running. Sound almost like water falling to some extent. And as you're trudging along through, you start to feel something moving, kind of kicking around under your feet.
Oh.
Oh,
Oh, I looked down.
There are some pretty acid-washed bones
Ooh.
down here.
Through the mind. So warn them about that through the mind link.
Some of them look very old. Some of them are clearly dragonborn and kobold, but some of them are strange.
Strange how.
A few of them are very wide, egg-shaped, almost like classical gray alien proportions, with very
Oh.
bright, fangly grins. Let me see here. What else do you see?
Any of us know what those skeletons are, or are they just complete mystery?
Nope, not a recognizable thing.
I'm gonna
It's like-
take some. I'm gonna put some away, actually. I'll pick one up and just look at it, and just shake off the water and put it into my pack.
Very warm to the touch, but sure, you've got that option.
Eh,
All right,
Can't
you
hurt.
see.
actually, I take that back.
All right, you see. Okay. Some points it stops being bones and starts being pieces of what almost appears to be chitin.
Oh.
That's kind of hollowed out, crunched in some places. Lots of bones that almost look human-like, but are pretty small, like the size of a human child.
Mm.
They look like kobold bones.
No, you can tell what those are pretty clearly. They're similar size.
These are hatchling bones.
One might say they are squat and bearded.
or halfling size.
Or perhaps
Mhm.
intelligence with
So
a
yeah,
with a
halflings
desire
aren't
for
terribly
shima.
common either, are they?
Yeah,
No,
we don't know about those.
they come from the Underdark in this setting too.
Potentially. So, eventually, said that a lot, but it mean it this time for real. You see up ahead the cavern beginning to open up. And you see pretty quickly what's happening here. You're coming into a large, very dark chamber, but you could see from what is most likely the spring and natural source of this running water. A large, terraced pool of surprisingly bright water running down along several cliff edges, almost like a terrace farm in shape. Now we jump to the map.
Map,
Hey.
map.
Hey,
Wow. Whoa.
This is a very intimate map.
It's freaking cool.
yeah. Where are we at? Down here, or
You guys are entering in from over here.
can you
And see me because I'm invisible.
can you ping that again?
Right, her.
I'll slap myself a bit in front of you guys because I was trying to look like a nice, tasty dragonborn treat.
Breakfast.
Check an ability.
Kitty, away.
Okay. Can I make a perception check?
Absolutely.
I am going to use a moxie point
Feel free.
to give myself advantage.
All right.
Lose a token.
Yeah, that's not the right thing.
Natural 20.
Ah,
What
nice.
the fuck? Where's my token?
That's weird.
Oh, that is weird. Oh god, that was a good use of Ever Vigilant.
Garm's been eaten.
Oh no. All right, let me try dropping you down.
I foxes.
Huh. That's weird.
Check
Doing that
under
for me,
edit
too.
and default token.
That was never original. That's detective work. I messed
Yeah,
up the name of my own ability.
All right. Roll 20s. Stand by. Continue setting the scene.
That is odd. All right. I have no idea why it's doing that. And we can make it work regardless. At least it drops something. All right.
Yeah.
If need be, I could just make another thing and put Garm's token on it and drop it down and have
Just
you move
use-
it instead.
You could use Biter's token if you have control of that.
That would be funny. Yeah, we'll try again anyway. All right, so with that nat 20, looking around, this is definitely something definitely lives down here, and very quickly you can see in these pools, which are getting slightly deeper as you go along. Up here,
Ooh.
this pool, it's almost waist deep to you. It's getting close to difficult terrain territory.
This one?
Yeah, the pool you're in. The letter markers there are how high a climb it is to get up that thing.
Oh, okay, that's useful.
And you can see up there in the top, right in this area. Yeah. Let's just use that for now. See if we can figure it out later.
Is that an egg?
Yeah, those are eggs.
Oh, fuck.
That's why I said breakfast when I was pinging it earlier.
There are eggs there, some of them broken, some of them long rotted. A couple of them still intact.
I'm gonna start making my way towards them.
All right.
Yeah.
I can't remember. Was it Hildegard that Vask did the normal twinge mage armor?
Yep.
Yep.
Okay.
Uh,
Because I was looking at it, I was like, oh wait, my spell slot's gone, so I did this already.
so I got what check I gotta make to get up this 10
That is
feet?
going to be athletics to climb, and
Cool.
unfortunately with disadvantage.
Oh, god damn it. Can I use my grappling hook to even that out?
Yeah, that would help.
Yeah.
I'll make it a straight roll.
Ah.
25. Okay.
Oh my God.
Easily done. Easily done.
A one-armed climb.
Yeah. I'm gonna check on the eggs.
Two of them appear to be intact, though one of them is quite cold to the touch.
Oh.
One of them is very clearly broken. One looks probably like the most recent one, but it's still, what he said, it's been down here a couple weeks. No telling what kind of effect that's had.
We can still try and carry them back.
Yeah. Mentally, as soon as I, I'm checking the eggs. There's two that seem to be intact.
Mhm.
There's two that seem to be intact, but not. They're cold. It's not great, but we might be able to bring them back with us. If we can, we should try and warm them up a little before we go.
Yeah.
But
Would you happen to know what Dragon Burial customs are?
You'll have to ask.
but I don't.
So, you guys
So-
roll perception checks for me.
Oh God.
Okay.
Do I need to roll another, or is my roll
Yeah.
my natural 20 carrying?
Roll another.
Oh.
Uh,
Oh God.
12.
21.
21
Okay.
is just a 12 backwards.
All right, so that it is. So, with a massive passive perception boost you've got, Hildegard, you technically would be the highest in this instance. Unfair. All right, so
so fucking stupid, I know.
as you're going along, just kind of looking in this chamber, looking around, the stillness of everything except for the running water, you feel the hairs on the back of your neck stand up. And you can feel your birds tensing up and looking back in the direction of the tunnel. And that's when you guys start to hear something. Garm definitely hears and smells it first. The others, Vask, and the others, you catch on pretty quick. The lip you guys went into is not the only way forward. The tunnel did go down deeper. So, the thing is very likely about to come in and close you guys in here. It is coming very quickly.
Well,
I'm gonna
she's-
tell you guys to
The
try
way
and
we
hide
came.
Yeah, I'm gonna move.
from where we came.
some-
You guys
Hide,
each get
hide.
one choice of an action here. Movement, hiding, whatever you so choose.
Let me see here. How far away can I get?
See if I had any fun spells delay and wait for it, but it's like, wait, I'm already invisible, so I'm gonna save that and just. Yeah, I'm gonna follow Vara.
Yeah, I'm gonna dash all the
60
way the hell
feet
over here.
dashing. Yeah, and save.
All right.
Maybe like here.
I guess I'm gonna action to defend myself.
All right.
Looks like a big juicy snack right out in the open that stumbled on its home.
All right.
An action, you said.
That you get.
I could cast haste.
Good.
You'd be standing right where you are still. You wouldn't be able to move.
Yeah,
But
bear
that's
my
your
into.
option. That's your choice.
Yeah.
Ah, fuck it. I never get to cast haste on myself. because I always hate trying to delay the damage.
All right, you cast haste on yourself, and the world just gets slower again.
Yeah, anticipation gets worse.
Although it's technically not quite an action, I'm going to use this action to launch the Laug and have him flitter over to the cave opening.
Okay.
He's just kind of ready to cause trouble.
Okay. So you're going to stay there?
Oh, I can move?
Yeah. I'm just making sure what you're doing here.
Just got to move a little ways back. Otherwise, yep, there we go.
All right. So the rest of you are moving away. You suddenly are hearing this thing coming. Something is scraping and sliding against the interior of the tunnel. Most of you run away to cover. Garm and Laug stand their ground. And you see it first. Coming around the bend. You see an old classic.
Hey,
Yeah.
good old boy.
So I need Garm and Laug to make a dexterity saving throw.
Never actually fought up a hill before.
I fucking knew it. Alright. Dexterity save. Go, my boy.
All right.
I'm actually okay with this.
Well, even with the
Don't
advantage.
forget the Garm save, or the bonus.
Oh yeah,
the +3, right.
Yep.
13,
Not enough to
14.
pass, though.
No.
Not even close. All right.
Garm, you get that bonus too, so you're technically a 14. Yeah, Paladin auras apply to themselves.
Oh, that is true.
Mm-hmm.
Right,
I thought it was already in, but
Doesn't look like it. Unless you have a 0 for your dex.
there should be a
All
thing.
right.
Yeah, that is. I do have a 0 for Dex, but that is my bonus. I forgot.
Never mind. Never mind.
Well. All right, so that's how many dice? Okay.
Oh fuck. It's always a scary question.
That's fine. It's fine.
Oh. All right.
It's fine.
So, as it crawls forward, I mean, you don't have to do that now.
Yes, 3 HP.
You suddenly notice something. You're not sure what you're looking at first. Its head is snake-like as it moves forward. Skin is glowing a strange sort of translucent blue, and then you realize that the glowing is actually intensifying, and before you can move, you and Laug both take 67 points of lightning damage.
My god!
As you all are treated to a massive burst of raw electrical power just arcing out, hitting this rock right here and exploding in a burst of debris.
Jesus shit.
Fuck. I should shield the eggs with my body. Just for the debris flying everywhere.
And as it enters, from the shock of it, I'll say Garm gets knocked over here.
Fuck.
I was actually hoping to draw attention with Laug and hopefully save Garm a hit, but no well. Woo!
Oh my god!
Big boy.
It's a
Big
big
boy.
boy.
This crawls out and rears up. A massive serpentine horned creature with multiple limbs. Had to go with an old classic. I had an opportunity, and you guys are the right level.
Yeah. They're actually
Is
fun
that
here before. I'm kind of
token?
excited.
I
So,
recognize that token.
Is this one of the ones they give you in Roll20?
nope. Roll
So
initiative.
the 2-minute tabletop one, right?
Yep.
Yeah, I saw you posting about them before Or recently.
Okay, I have advantage. Do I have the set right to give give her the initiative advantage? Let me just quick like this.
Vask. Vara, you just hear Vask in your brain going, "Don't draw attention to us. I'm right next to you." After seeing
God,
that
no!
lightning bolt.
Yeah, that was cool. I rolled the advantage, right? 18.
Oh boy, that actually makes sense, Garm. You're stunned.
Oh
You got
no.
zapped.
But not
Oh,
oh.
Hey Garm, you okay? That's a bad sign.
You're a little crispy. All right.
See some odd damage.
Okay, so let's add. I don't want that. Okay, let me click on him. Oh, that's right. I'm back on the GM layer again. There we go. Now you're all here. All right, 18, 17, 3, and 1. It gets. Wow, what do you know? That was almost a nat 20, but it doubled down to a 2, which plus its dex is a 5.
Oof.
Put him in twice.
There's two of them.
I was gonna say,
No, don't make two of them.
All right. Move the turn order over here so I can see him. Okay. Vara, your turn first.
Okay.
This thing just hit Garm with a bolt of lightning and now is reared up. Several dozen feet in the air.
Are there any loose rocks around here that are under 25 pounds?
I mean, you'd have to weigh them with your hands, but I'd assume so.
Okay, I'm gonna... How does this spell work, actually?
catapult.
Yeah, I'm gonna catapult one of those with a 5th level spell right to its
Fun.
face.
Oh,
Let's see, so... level or higher, so there's 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. 5, 6, 7, 78. Alright. It's coming. Except the
I know it.
No, that's coming.
turn order was in front of my advanced dice roller, so I had to get it out of my way.
Yep.
5, 6, 7.
fun fact: you can double click it and it'll go. Your turn order will go invisible for a minute.
Yep. It does.
And your character sheet.
I'm just gonna hit the catapult real quick. So I can...
How do you bring it back?
You
Double
click
click
on
it again.
So it
Alright.
needs a dex save.
Yep, and your DC is
16 at this.
okay. It's pretty good at these. Up, 19 on the die. It does pass.
Okay.
Which, with catapult, I believe means it just straight up misses.
When the object strikes something, on a failed save, the object strikes the target and stops moving.
Yep, when it fails. If
Yeah.
it passes the save, it doesn't really say anything, so it just implies that nothing happens.
Yeah, so you just see a rock lift up and fling right by its face.
It sinuously kind of moves away, seeing the rock coming. Looks over in your direction for a moment, but continues to survey the battlefield.
Vask again as it looks over. He's like, "That's what I said not to do."
Why don't you listen?
Voice from that.
The rock
voice
came from
nothing.
right in front of it. It shouldn't know that I did it.
Oh,
All
right.
right.
The range of catapult's fun like that.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. So, is that turn, or are you going to do anything else?
She's gonna continue to move away. Yeah, she's gonna move. Yeah, right here. Just to get away from it, just in case it can't hit her with the lightning.
All right. Okay. So that puts us to Jetta's turn.
All right. Will jumping down cost me more movement?
Jumping down just will cost you 5 feet.
Ah, damn. That might just keep me from reaching him. Oh, so it'll cost me 5 feet like normal.
Yep.
Okay, cool. Then that means I can get 5, 15, 20, 25, 30. Haha! I'm gonna punch it in the nose, and thanks to... yeah, he hasn't acted yet, so I have advantage.
All right.
Punched in the nose.
Punch it in the fucking nose.
So you're just leaping up and hitting it.
Oh my god!
100% hits.
Just charges to it and just like flying
All
kicks it in the face.
Excellent.
Alright. Gonna swing around with her one arm and try to like backhand it.
Just hits.
To
Wow.
11.
Okay.
And as a bonus action, I'm going to brace it. No. Yeah, I should actually. Bonus action, I'm gonna brace up to get some temp HP.
Good call. All right, so as the rock whiffs by its head and it looks around looking for where it came from, it suddenly sees this little dragonborn leap down into the pool and start charging, and there's a look of oh on its face as it lurches forward. You jump up and punch it in the face. It's rattled for a moment, not expecting that much force. Lurches forward again. You sidestep and manage to sock him again with a backhand.
Yeah. And then she like, tenses herself for the retaliatory strike.
All right. If that's turn, then we're at Hildegard.
So, killed the bird.
Yep. Burb dead.
Remember what I said was going to happen when the bird dies?
Mm-hmm.
Is there any specific way you'd like this to happen or look?
Why don't you describe what you want to do, and I'll add my own flavor to it.
Alrighty. So, as usual, one of them dies. Hildegard kind of doubles over and, just hand going up to her eye. And it just, because she's not gotten used to that, it still hurts like a bitch, but she's no longer screaming, at least. And usually when they die, they just kind of puff into shadow or smoke or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
This time, the smoke shadow kind of lingers a little bit, and then it begins to coalesce. And it forms a larger and larger figure. It almost looks vaguely like the head of a massive bird, and it just opens its beak, and then this a physical creature reaches out and basically just crawls itself out of this ethereal maw. And it is a physical, massive, raven-like figure. And
all right.
as you have so lovingly named him, Big Bird.
Big Bird.
All right.
It is
I
loud.
was going to point out, that 17 is the lowest possible roll I could have gotten for that ability.
All right.
Now,
Rocks
I
are large.
get to reveal what I called this spell.
Yeah, let's see.
Summon Chad Raven.
Oh my god!
Jesus.
So yeah, since everything in combat technically happens over the course of 6 seconds, this really happens pretty quickly. So as the rock flies by and Jeddah charges forward, Laug, who had just been vaporized moments before, it almost like you don't even register that he died because the shadow making up his form floats up and coalesces and he comes out bigger. Like he got charged up from it.
Good lord.
And now there is a large raven-like creature glittering about above too.
And that is my action to use the spell. Hildegard looks fucking stunned that this happened. And I think does this thing roll for initiative or?
Yep, roll initiative for the demon.
Alrighty. Alright, Big Bird. Where the fuck did they put initiative on this?
It's weird with NPCs. Let me see. 15. It's got a +2. I can just roll it real quick if you want.
Yeah, go ahead, because I can't find it on this damn sheet.
Oh, dang. He got a 21.
Oh my god.
Demon Laug is ready to roll.
All right.
Got tired of being blasted to pieces.
It's my
I
time
had
to
it.
A very twisted version of a Phoenix story.
Yeah.
Kinda. Which means he doesn't get to do
Goth
anything until
Phoenix.
he doesn't get to do anything until his next turn, technically.
Yep. But yeah, you guys, Lau just turned into a Vrock.
Oh.
Yeah.
Hildegard?
What? Still getting over the pain. Just slowly turns around and like she like, well, somewhat conscious, did witness the transformation. She's like, "Oh, are you Laug or something else?"
He just looks over at you, cricks his neck, and just goes, "Caw."
She sighs hard. And it's just like, "Hi, Laug."
Caw.
And she's going to move back away a bit.
Jesus Christ.
That is my turn.
All right, just for note's sake, how many feet up in the air is he? Or is he on the ground?
Since he came about where he was summoned, he's probably like a good like 10, 15 feet in the air.
Okay.
'Cause
I'll
he
make a
was
note of
flying.
that. I will make a
I-
note of that.
I'm a complete idiot. I forgot something.
Mhm.
I still have a bonus action.
You do.
And fun fact. Something is not concentration. Where is that son of a bitch? Oh, here it is. Do. Normal roll. Wow.
All right. Well, doesn't hit, unfortunately, but
There.
Yeah,
I'll drop
I
the
grabbed
token for it.
Oh, okay. I almost had it. I just put it on the opposite side next to Garm. Yep.
So yeah, you summon two things.
The I will say the hammer no longer really looks like a vaguely raven. Like a monster hunter style. I put the head on the end of a stick and I'm going to hit something with it. It's a
Getting
raven
more
head.
crude.
It's a raven head on the
Make
end
the
of a
rock
stick.
wield it.
I wish.
Hey, if the Raven gets the kill shot,
All right, now it's turn.
all right.
Right.
So that means it's turn now.
Ah, boy.
So it's suddenly surrounded by things it didn't expect. It vaporized the little black flying thing, and it turned into a bigger black flying thing. All right, so first
His
thing it's
favorite
gonna.
type of food just punched it in the snoot.
Yep.
Yeah. I boop your snoot.
Boop the snoot with a vengeance.
All right, so
Double boop. The one-handed double boop.
it attempts to make a bite attack at Jeddah
All right.
with a 17 to hit.
Oh, that just hits.
All right. Oh boy. Okay. So you take. All right. That's how many? Yep. Here we are. Got to find another one. I only had one of this kind of dice out.
Uh-oh.
Okay. Oh wow. Lucky. Okay. You take. 26 points of piercing damage.
Woo!
As this thing lurches in, clamps down, you feel needle-thin teeth breaking through your armor and sinking into your gut and your chest. There's a faint feeling of an electrical current, but not...
26?
Yep, 26 total. Then it's going to attempt to attack with its body at the large burb.
Okay.
That is a 19 to hit, which hits.
Yeah, it hits.
All right, then. So that is
Ow.
These things hit hard.
Yeah.
Probably have my calculator up.
16.
Things do hunt dragons, so yeah, they hit hard.
Mm-hmm.
Right to 22. Oh boy. Gotta make sure I got the numbers right here.
There it is. Oop, that's not what I wanted.
All right, so Laug takes. He is up. He is a Vrock, so he'll resist this, which is good because he just took 40 points of damage.
Down to 20.
Cut down to 20 as this thing whips its tail around, smacking him broadside, and starts to attempt to grapple and constrict around him. So Laug is now grappled and restrained.
It's an auto grapple?
It is a grapple.
I mean, it's like,
He's grappled and restrained.
like no saving throw, it's just auto.
Yep, auto on a hit.
Gotcha.
Knight versus the bird.
Yeah.
And let me just roll to see if he gets his breath back.
I was reading the Vrock stat block. I'm like, oh, they're technically resistant to lightning. That's good, actually.
Yeah, you actually chose pretty well here.
They're
Okay,
actually
he
resistant
doesn't.
to goddamn everything.
He does not get his breath back. Okay. All right, he is not going to move for the moment. He's going to stay right where he's at. All right, we are at Vask's turn.
Still invisible. Can I try to scrabble up like here, using my movement?
Yep.
Okay.
It just costs an extra 5 feet to get up that incline.
Okay, yeah, I'm not going to use my full movement, except maybe two. If this is a ledge, I might go hide behind here after this. But right now, I'm going to quicken spell Mind Sliver.
Go for it. Okay, 10 damage. Let's see what its save modifier is. Not super high. Let's find out what happens. He fails.
Okay.
So 10 psychic damage.
Deciding which one I want to use. What I want to do next. Okay. Oh wait, the hit. So, but as I pop into reality, no longer invisible, I'm going to follow up. Wait, that's Blub's stat block. I don't need him yet. Psychic Lance.
Very nice.
With the Mind Sliver negative D4.
Yep. All right. Okay. That is a 7 on the die, so he does fail.
Hey.
But I'm going to roll it anyway to see how low we get. All right, so 5 on the die, and his bonus. So yeah, that's a 3. He fails.
Oh my god.
So, 23 psychic damage.
Very
And
good.
it is incapacitated until the start of my next turn. So it's loses its next turn, or it's incapacitated its next turn.
All right, excellent.
And Vask is just like, okay, this is worse than I thought it was going to be. And then just hides back here, hoping this is a ledge, or like something he can hide behind.
Yep. All right. And with that, we're at Garm. You just got zapped.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, does she need to make concentration on your haste?
Yeah, you actually
Yeah,
would.
probably.
You pass. You're fine.
Oh, thank God, because that orderly stuns.
Yeah.
Haste is
Yeah.
so good, but that drawback is so fucked up.
Would you say I have advantage from flanking this motherfucker?
You would, yeah.
Cool.
Hyper snack.
Okay, that hits.
Come on, computer. I know you're slow.
That's it.
Sometimes the secondary rolls were natural ones.
Oh.
Maintaining concentration on that.
You did. So 2 of them hit.
Wait a moment. What is this? Ah, yeah. That's something I can do as a bonus action.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to use partial shift.
Gonna start getting out the new toys. Okay. So yeah,
This
finally
is
letting yourself loose.
This is not one of the new toys. I'm keeping those in the back pocket, but this is being part of a shifter.
Yep, the regular shifter thing. Okay, cool. Okay, so yeah, you partially wolf out in the open. Must feel nice.
Yeah, he does get a lot more scruffy looking. Yeah, and as part of a bonus action, I could make a bite. Just where did I put it? There it is.
That hits. So 3 of your 4 attacks hit.
Mm-hmm. So
Very nice.
come on, laptop. You could do it.
There we go.
And plus, since I'm now level 11, improved divine smites.
Yay.
Hey.
Yep, you just get them on there. Oh man, that's solid.
Yep.
Okay, I gotta do some math.
You're making me miss my paladin.
And why not cast another smite just to be safe?
Can't blame you.
I cast fuck
'Cause,
you in particular.
I'm kind of at 1/3 health.
Oh my god.
I cast die.
Cast eat a dick.
Well, you're already at 63 points of damage, but you know, what's another 22?
Our word sword.
Okay, so that's 85 points of damage total. Solid hit. Couple of hits. So yeah, you got zapped. You just get up and charge at him, hit him a couple of times. You cut off one of his many legs. And then you just jump up on top of him and just start biting him and gnawing on him a little bit.
Yeah.
Say 80 points?
This is almost a flashback to before. It seems near-death experiences bring out his savage side.
Makes sense. It did 85 points of damage total.
Jesus H. Christ.
Mm-hmm.
That's paladins.
Da-da-da-da.
All right. It's that turn.
Yes. For your sake, I will end.
Oh, no, I'm fine. All right, so that puts us at Big Burb. He is currently grappled.
Yeah. Sadly, can't do any of the real fun stuff because there's just casualties around.
Mm-hmm.
Grapple does not restrain me from, or being grappled by this thing does not restrain attacking, correct?
You are also restrained, so you'll have disadvantage if you attempt to attack.
He is restrained. Okay, so I gotta attempt to break it then.
Yep, athletics or acrobatics.
How the fuck? Yeah, man. Where are the skill rolls on this damn sheet?
It's a little tricky with those to find them. Here, hold on.
Challenge. Yeah, I'm just seeing saving throws. Does it not have any skills?
Guess it only lists them if it's specifically for that. Most of these are listed like if you're just going to be fighting with them.
So it'd be a raw strength check then, if I...
Yeah. It doesn't exactly have proficiency, so yeah, just click on strength.
Actually, says, would it be better just to attack in this case?
With disadvantage, but yeah, feel free.
It'd be disadvantage. So would it still be trading one attack to attempt to escape, or would it just be...
It would trade your attack action to do so. It takes an action to break free of a grapple. Your choice.
Well, is it still grappling when it's incapacitated?
You know, I'm gonna say sorry, Garm. Sorry, Jeddah. It's going to be a bitch.
I mean, yeah.
It's a problem.
That is what bird do.
Yeah, be
I'm
bird.
gonna say
Go.
I am sorry. This thing does not have the greatest DC, but if it hits, it'd be amazing.
Stunning Screech, DC
Oh,
14
no.
con save. Stun.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
a stun.
It's just
Anything in
the
20
worst
feet.
sounding pro squawk.
I don't think is Garmin range?
20 feet.
Fuck.
Like, I figured you two would be fine, mostly. This thing, I give it a 50-50 because I don't know its con. It's probably good, but...
Yeah, it passes.
Yeah, I figured. I'm guessing that's its full action.
Yep.
Alright.
Actually, it doesn't pass.
Oh.
I'm giving it that one I rolled.
Okay. Giving it the nat one you rolled.
Divination wizards are so fun.
Oh, God.
Okay,
Oh.
so
It's stunned now.
it's done.
I was like,
Sorry,
I didn't think
DB.
there was a high chance.
I rolled
I
that
didn't
one. I'm
think
like,
this
ooh,
was
that's
good.
gonna be fun later.
Right. Since it's ungrappled, it's going to move a little over here. Oh, actually, no, it's going to stay over there to keep flanking with a good wolf buddy.
Okay.
Okay, so yeah, it's turn. Which, yay.
He is stunned, which it doesn't change too much from what the Psychic Lance did, but it does extend the condition longer. Because now it's until the end of the Vrock's next turn.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see
All right,
here.
so that means we're at Vara.
What does stun mean? Exactly.
Stunned is
Stun.
it's incapacitated with extra steps.
Yeah, I think it auto fails, strength and dex saves.
Okay.
Yep,
And
and attack rolls against it have advantage.
Another 5th level catapult's coming right at its face.
Okay. It automatically fails, so just roll the damage.
Okay. 78, I believe. 3.
I'm just imagining, like, it loud ghost screech at it. It pulls its head away, and just like some weird twist of fate, the head, rocks backwards and just gets it directly in the ear.
So
Rocks
it does
backwards.
So it does that seagull screech meme where it tilts the head back and then vaults it forward.
Exactly.
Base boosted boy!
With the red eye and everything.
Yes.
Oh, suddenly its ears
It's the
explode in a
witch's
shower
eye.
of blood.
And also, damn, thank you, Garm, for passing the con save with flying colors.
Yeah.
It's only a 14. It's not terribly hard to pass.
Yeah, but a low roll, you know.
Yeah.
It happens.
Pretty bad.
Gets
It's for stunned. I understand that.
All right.
It's not a bad crack. And those 3 1s are fucking killing me, though.
Yeah.
Killing me, Smalls.
Not as bad as the time I rolled. I think it was like 6 1s and a 7th level blight.
Ooh.
Cat,
Painful.
why do you do this?
Yeah.
It was still a liquid-based enemy, so it did decent damage, but it was still like, roll 20, you taunt me.
Blight's just one of
my
those
turn?
spells roll 20 hates.
Yeah, I never rolled well on blight with that druid.
And she's just gonna move a little over here and, like, she's not sure about this wall, but she's gonna crouch behind it. So I have
Yep.
no idea if it's gonna fucking lightning bolt me for that or not.
It might. Can't move right now anyway, but still. All right. It is still stunned from a 1-2 combo of Burb and Psychic Attack.
My turn?
Yep.
I would crack my knuckles if I had two hands.
You have to
It's
push into your
possible.
chest.
You push up
But,
against your chest or up against your jawbone. I do it all the time.
Yeah. Fuck it, that's what she's gonna do. Crack her knuckles. And then she's gonna, like, grab the... Because is it still biting onto her, or...
Is it what? No, it's not
Still
biting
biting
onto you
her?
anymore.
Okay,
It was a
she's
quick
gonna
bite.
grab its face and, like... Well, I'm gonna see if I hit first.
Yeah, right.
You have advantage, so that hits.
She's gonna headbutt it. Just smash her face into its face. And then... After
It
she
also
smashes
hits.
her face into it, she brings her knee, like, up
21,
under
12.
its jaw. Fucking 12! Then I'm... Oh, not what I'm gonna do. Then I'm going to do the old 1-2. Let's be... Yeah, to spend another Moxie point to do the old 1-2. 27. Roll. And the last one, 24.
Very nice. So it's 13,
10.
22, 32. Okay.
She headbutts it and then she knees it like on the soft part of its jaw, like under where its tongue would be, and then she just rings her fist back and just starts punching it in the eye.
Nice. Oh boy, yeah, you guys are already putting some pain down on it. All right. Which means if that's turn, then we are now at Hildegard.
That is
Or you
turn,
got-
yeah.
As said, I'm going to do the charisma save for the Vrock because I forgot.
Yep.
At disadvantage because I know its true name, apparently. 2, yeah, it's fine.
Oh?
No, it's good.
Summon Greater Demon has some potential drawbacks.
If it rolls really good on its charisma save, it can break out. Of course, you can dismiss it, but like, you know,
Might have a bit of a Skull Greymon situation.
yeah.
I know
in
some
this case-
summoning spells, if you lose your control over it, it attacks us.
Nah, it just goes wild. It attacks the closest thing usually.
Like
Yeah,
summon
which
all
Yeah,
the-
but
includes
then
you.
we have to put it down.
Yeah, or just run away for an hour. But anyways, so yeah, main action. I'm going to shoot it.
Do it.
Is this at advantage or is it just?
It is advantage on attack rolls.
All right, just checking. Pew pew. Damage. Oh yeah, I'm 11. I get 3 now.
Yeah.
Pew pew.
Pew pew.
Damage. Pew pew.
Nice.
Oh my
It's solid.
god.
21 damage.
And then, the spiritual weapon count as an attack roll?
It technically does make an attack roll.
Alright. Rest 14.
That one misses, unfortunately. So, as you are launching your blast into it, ting, it just kind of bounces off. It connects, just not sure if it did any damage.
Yeah. Then just move back a little more. Actually, no, hang on. Move not towards Fask. Sorry, the other way. Do not group up. I understand. That's true.
All right, it's its turn. It can't do shit. Fask, it's your turn.
Yeah.
Standing there with its eyes like those swirlies.
Mm-hmm.
I'm punching one of those swirly eyes.
God, I could be a total asshole. Are there actually? Are there like stalagmites and stuff? Or stalactites would be the ones I'm looking for. The ones from the ceiling.
Nothing really big or anything up there at the ceiling at this point.
Well, I want to reach up and use telekinesis to grab something that won't cave in the ceiling and just squish this thing.
The act of doing that has a very real risk of hitting your companions, too. Just to warn you.
Okay, that's why I was looking for stalactites. Go for
You're
the
not
spear.
seeing any high up and that are low hanging enough to where you could reach them easily or potentially even knock them down. But, I mean, you want to try pulling some of the ceiling down, that's up to you.
Nope, never mind then.
Especially since we don't know if there are other exits out of this cave.
Yeah. Well, that's why I clarified first if there were stalactites.
Yeah,
But there
yeah.
aren't, so I'm gonna try something else.
Yeah. You thought it, you thought it through.
Fuck me up.
I keep forgetting Vasquez silvery barbs.
Silvery Bobs!
That's good. That means you don't use it all the time.
Yeah. You know what? Since it's stunned, I'm going
Might be-
to quicken spell just a firebolt. Just
You might be the first caster with silvery barbs have forgotten they have it.
oh wait,
Yeah.
let's see if I got a crit. Nope.
Not quite.
Almost.
And
So pretty good.
So that's another sorcery point. And then I'm just gonna psychic lance it again.
Please stay down. Please stay down.
That would be
Sleep,
very
sleep,
funny.
sleep.
Passes the save this time.
Well, it still takes half.
That it does.
So 15.
Ooh, not bad. All right, it's looking pretty rough.
And that's my turn. I'm just gonna pop out, do those 2 spells, and then deck back in.
All right.
I'm good at my cubby.
Okay.
So-
Flout can do better than a fucking spiritual weapon.
Well, it's Garm's turn first.
What is? Oh yeah, sorry.
The
fine.
firebolt, just for fun, nearly grazed whatever the Dragonborn Jetta is called. Just because the angle is like right, would go right by her.
I'm just bait.
Hi, bait.
It's
Bait.
Yeah.
Beate.
God,
Yeah, this is
what's their word? for
Beate.
bait?
Just bait.
It's equalot. You know, equala, but a
Eat
lot.
lots. Eat lots. That's fantastic.
That's amazing.
All right, 1 hits.
Cat, please do not attack my feet.
Still hasted,
Uh,
right?
The cat will
Ins-
attack your feet.
Intimate pain. All right, 2 hit.
When I shift, it's a bonus action while shifted. Okay, there's no limit on that. I could just do it.
Yep.
Mhm. That's why it's fun.
Yes, kitty.
That hits. So 3 out of 4 hit yet again.
Jesus.
Oh my
Paladins.
god.
Yep. Paladins.
I don't. Is it dead now?
Fucking paladins.
So,
I got the calculator.
oh no. Something's gonna happen here. So Garm, still pretty shook. You run forward, manage to cut off another one of its legs, climb up on top of its flank. You jump up, and you drive your sword into the base of the neck. It looks like a mortal blow. For all intents and purposes, it is. But just as you start to feel this thing going limp, the air starts to feel charged.
Oh, fuck.
Uh-oh.
And there is a burst of dark smoke. It disappears and reappears up here.
Oh,
It is still very clearly, its neck is hanging kind of loose. Doesn't look great. But it is moving much more jerkily than before. Turn it to face you guys.
Did this motherfucker thunderstep?
Something close to that.
Misty step. God.
Can I insight it?
On your turn.
Oh, okay.
So
Well,
this just
turn over.
happened. It is warped around suddenly. It is moving in a way almost more like it's being puppeted.
Oh.
Now, because of that, Big Burb gets to go first. But after that, some interesting things are going to happen.
Oh, fuck.
Okay, he's gonna have to use his action to dash because otherwise he can't reach the damn thing. Boop.
Oh, wait, shit, hold on. I'll allow it this time, but I actually misread something.
Oh,
He actually should technically be going first, but I'll allow this. I've already said it. It is set in stone.
sorry. Oh,
It's okay.
He can only really dash to get up there, and then he's got to roll to see if he doesn't. Disadvantage. It's fuck you.
He's fine.
Good boy.
He maintains. Okay. So, this is interesting. Bonus action. The air starts to become extremely charged. And a thundercloud appears up at the roof. A thundercloud appears over its head. As a bonus action, it casts Call Lightning.
Counterspell. How'd that spell?
Silvery bombs!
No, counterspell. I have counterspell.
So do I, just in case you fail.
I'm not sure did he say, are you okay?
How's that work?
Sorry, Vivi.
That's fine.
That was the most terrified exclamation of counterspell I've ever heard.
Yeah.
And I'm less
like,
comfortable
what
in my
level?
tummy because I'm right next to this thing.
Well, you see, the thing about Counterspell is that it requires components to be able to be detected, and this requires none.
Ow.
Oh no.
Shoot.
Okay,
Do I still waste my spell slot?
I will not take that away from you. You're fine.
Okay.
This happens instantly with no warning. It is technically not a spell. It is just an ability it can do. So, the thing is, it doesn't strike at any of you yet.
Oh no.
It strikes itself.
Fuck.
Healing!
Oh.
Lightning absorption!
And you can see wounds starting to stitch back together. It still appears almost as though it's being puppeted. In fact, one of its eye sockets is actually completely fried out from the force of electricity.
Oh fuck.
And let me see here.
I
Measuring.
wanted to harvest those.
It is now coiled around this pillar. It just kind of flashed up some warps.
What the fuck?
And because it can actually technically double cast it, let's see. Yeah. Can Hildegard make a dexterity saving throw?
Can do, Captain.
In fact, because you're standing in water,
Can't do,
Oh
Captain.
fuck.
Arm, and can you make one as well? You're close enough.
Oh, hang on. Am I close enough
At
to God?
disadvantage
No, I'm not.
because of the water, or
No, you're far away enough to where the disadvantage isn't going to happen. But you're close enough to potentially take some damage here.
I know this ends up happening a lot to Garm, but he's wearing metal armor. Doesn't that have
It technically does, but he's far away enough to where this won't be a disadvantage yet.
It's direct. That's yeah. And they
You
hit
just
the
might get
missile
some
not directly
residuals.
hitting him.
Okay, you're fine.
Ooh, okay.
You're fine. Okay, so That 7, unfortunately, is a pretty big failure. So,
His hair floofs up like a Ghibli protagonist from the Electric Charge.
4.
okay, you take
Garm
25 points of lightning damage, Hildegard.
Oh, okay, that's not too bad. It's not great, don't get me wrong. It's very not great, but it's not the 60 I was worried about.
Now, because of this fun little ability, it technically gets to go first on initiative. This is technically not quite the same creature as before.
Oh, fuck.
That was its bonus action.
Oh my god!
Action. Let me see here what this thing can technically do. Runs by some slightly different rules now. Pull
We're
up a
in
step.
phase 2.
Something like that. Where are you? I'm getting close. Oh, past you. Or did I? No, I did not. There you are.
Ask is just sitting there like, I'm sorry for the headaches.
Oh no.
There you are. Okay,
Farah's
what do
just
you
like, I feel
have?
normal.
Oh, shit. I just realized I need to do a con check.
Yep.
Oh, good job.
It will vault forward. It will attempt to make a bite attack down at Vask.
Oh no. My cubby has betrayed me.
That is a 25. So let me see what he do. That is slightly weaker thanks to the sum of the damage here. Okay, that's a pretty low roll in that regard. That is not, however.
What
Okay,
was the...
so
Actually, yeah, silvery barbs.
25. Okay, disadvantage. Oh my god. He rolled the same. Oh, he rolled the same thing. It was a 17 on the die both times. Damn it. I hate when that happens.
I
Oh
was
my
destined
God.
to be dead.
All right, so
Laughing so
I'm sorry
goddamn.
for sabotaging you like that, Sarah.
all
I
right,
planted
so,
the idea in your head.
so you take, it's not too much, 8 points of piercing damage. It just kind of nicks you, but you also take 6 points of lightning damage.
Ooh. Okay.
And now
So
it's going to
14
come
total?
at you. Yep, and now it comes at you with its claws. If you're concentrating on anything, you'll have to make a check. Don't
Actually,
believe
no.
you are, though. Don't believe you are. No. All right, so that is a 22 to hit with its claws. Okay. All right. 11 points of slashing plus 4 points of lightning, so 15 additional damage from the claws. This thing is moving with anatomy like it's not technically... Looks like it's straining its muscles a little more than it should, like it's trying to reach further than it technically is meant to.
Being
But it
this
is coming
close
at
to
you.
it and Vask's history of hunting Fellspawn, would he have any idea what the fuck is going on with this thing? Now that
Make an
he's gotten
Arcana
very
check.
up close and personal.
Arcana check.
Let's see. I'm good at this. Why do I jinx myself? 18.
This thing sure does look like it's being possessed by something. Exactly what,
Yeah,
you're not
that's-
sure.
Through the psychic link, and even the dragon will hear this. It's like this thing is being possessed by something else now. He's just suddenly bleeding.
It will die all the same.
All right. So Big Bird's technically already gone, so now we are Wedvara.
There's a lot of things that I have to think about here, but first
This
off,
is the wizard's curse.
Indeed.
The big thing.
how high is this ledge here?
That is a good solid 15 feet.
Yeah,
So it would cost, unless you have a climbing speed, it would cost 30 feet of movement to climb it.
Because it's not. Because I wouldn't be in range otherwise, or I don't think. For a spell. So she's gonna have to. She's gonna spend all of her movement, get up here, and then she's gonna like. Where are you? Oh no, wait, that's... I don't have to get that close with this. Never mind. Hypnotic pattern!
Cool.
Right here.
Hey.
Fuck you.
Let's see. Okay. Well, you attempt to make that spell,
Oh no.
but unfortunately this creature that you are attacking is immune to being charmed.
Okay, well, at least I know that now.
Yep.
Yeah.
So it does no visible effect.
And then she's gonna use the 30 feet and get, let's see, which way do I want to go? Everybody else is over there, so she's gonna go over this way, actually. Yeah. Right over here.
All right. Isolate yourself. Good strategy.
Yeah, I mean, there's more targets over that way. Also,
All right.
I don't want to be right here.
Fair enough. All right. So we're now at Jeddah.
Well, fuck. I can only get. Are there bones and stuff in this chamber too? In
Yes.
the water?
If you look closely, zooming in on the map, you can faintly see some of them actually not too far from where Hildegard's standing. They're just blocked out by that 10 feet thing.
So there's none. Like, I'd have to go over there to grab them.
Yep.
Uh,
And some over near Garm.
okay. Over there, though. That's in the water. I don't want to jump in the water when it's shooting lightning.
It's only like knee deep, but you know, up to you.
Yeah, still. Let's see. Okay, I can take 15 and then that won't be enough. Fuck. Do I have anything I could use? Oh wait, yes I do! I am going to run as close as I can get, which is, yeah, there. No, come here. Here. And I'm going to take out the skull.
All right. Yeah.
First, I'm going to activate another Moxie point to activate Scrap Like a Sleuth and just hone in on the weird ways its body is moving now.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to chuck the skull as an improvised weapon. Just full on baseball pitch it. That's not what I wanted to do.
That hits.
And
very good.
And then reach back and grab her dagger and do the exact same thing.
All right.
Aiming for the other eye.
Go for it.
Ha! 11.
Nice. Good hits. Okay.
For the eye.
That is definitely hurting it. You're noticing as you do, it becomes jerky, like something, whatever's puppeting it is losing control for a moment. But it still maintains. It definitely did not like those painful attacks.
Over here, nice and tasty. She's speaking in Draconic, just in case.
Okay.
Well, she's speaking in Umzar, just in case.
Yep. Okay, so we are now at Hildegard.
Well, first off, gotta move this poor thing 20 feet. It'll reach there, in a couple turns.
It'll get
The
there
hammer looks a
eventually.
little dejected. It's drooping a little.
Here you go, Raven. Right there.
Thank you. 3 turns, it'll probably be over there now. You
Well,
said
maybe it'll
moving
get
up the
close.
incline is 30 feet, right?
10 feet to get up that incline.
I don't care. It's out of the water. It's 10 feet. And I'm going to probably not. I don't want to get near the eggs. Take another 10 feet this way. Boop. I'm going to shoot in the face.
Go for it.
Wait. Hang on real quick. I just want to check them. I just remembered, and I need to double check. Okay, cool. Alright, yep. I just had to check if Blight had anything special with undead. It does, but it has no effect on undead. 25.
That hits. Oh.
Do I not have this special thing that gives...
You haven't given yourself Agonizing Blast yet, no.
I not?
You don't believe you get an invocation upgrade until next level, but you could have changed one of your invocations to it.
Nah, I'm good. I guess I was just gaslighting myself. 11's not gonna hit.
Nope.
20.
That does. Okay. Pew pew.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Still damage. Alright. So those blasts are a little less effectual, but hey, you still managed to hit him. Alright, so now we are at Vask. This thing is leering down at you with empty eye sockets.
Yeah, I don't like that. So, question. Actually, wait. Do I have that written down, actually, before I waste time? Okay, well, actually, I was just wondering. Wait, no, that's twinned. Quickened. So, would I be able to do a quicken spell and then a normal spell if they were both like spell slot level spells, or would have to one of them be a cantrip?
Technical rules are usually that it has to be a cantrip.
Okay. Then I will just do my spell summon aberration as after getting smacked around, I'm just like, okay, I wasn't thinking I was gonna have to break you out, but he throws the glass jar or splashes blob up, and as the green blob goes up, forms not the beholderkin looking thing, but comes down as a frog man looking thing with long claws. Going
All right.
cloak form. And
Excellent.
actually, I will do a quicken spell, just a chill touch.
Oh, does not hit. But
Nope. But Blub acts right after me, so
that'd do.
is he flanking with me and or the Frog?
Technically would be flanking with the Brock. Barely, but still would count.
I wouldn't think the Brock's touching the base yet.
So, yay, nay, before I roll.
Yeah, let's go with nay then. If he is up in the air, he's still trying to reach him. There's technically a slope here too, so there's height and verticality. 22 hits though. Both hit.
It can't regain hit points as this thing just tears into it.
Oh.
So how do you want to do this?
Oh, good.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, this was feeling a little bit like overkill, maybe, but throwing the blob up, blob comes down, forming into this frog thing, and just kind of lands with these bone blades that come out of the hands and just kind of runs down the back of its neck, or like
Excellent.
jams into the back of its neck, like slamming down on top of it.
All right, you finish what Garm's cut started, completely decapitating the creature. And
back so I don't get crushed by it.
it coils down its full length, spreading all the way down to where its head rests in this pool of water. Very much dead. But as it does collapse, you can faintly see for a moment a strange staticky outline standing over the body, looking down on it kind of confusedly. In the dim lighting, it's very difficult to make out details. It's very fuzzy, and its dimensions seem to shift and to be in flux almost constantly. Just looks down, feel it kind of reaching, trying to reach for something.
Hello?
And then it's
Can
gone.
Oh.
You want to hear my theory? A theory?
Sure.
Yeah.
Big Daddy mentioned some of the children have been emerging aberrant. So would it be fucked up if like one of the storm dragon eggs hatched and mutated? It just kind of slunk away.
That would certainly be. That's a theory.
Wouldn't explain whoever's possessing it, though.
So this large serpentine creature lies dead. A couple of its legs are missing, and its head has been cut off, but it is still whole.
So,
Hey, just as just like the big guy wanted.
Yeah.
So, how long did it take us to get down here?
Probably half an hour.
Sweet. So, Demon Summon lasts for an hour. I can tell him to carry the head.
Perfect.
So we're not, like, bogged down with this something so fucking huge.
Aw.
Blood can help carry if it needs to.
Yep. So yeah, your two summons are picking up and hoisting up the head like Pikmin.
We also need someone.
You up so you get up easier.
That's what she was doing. You watch her start scrambling up the wall, and then suddenly you boost her up. She's like, "Oh!"
Boost her up.
We also need someone to grab the eggs.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I can carry one like tied to my back.
I am the other physical.
There are 2 intact eggs to take, so that works.
Yeah.
Vask wants to harvest anything he can from this thing. Definitely taking blood. He saw this thing had a breath weapon, so he knows that sometimes there's a gland that is associated with that for some draconic creatures, but...
Well, that would be either a medicine or survival check.
Can I render aid?
You may. Or you can roll yourself and add to the combined total.
Does anyone have a better survival than a 4?
I'm a -1.
I'm using
wilderness boy.
I am using Heliana's Guide to Monster Hunting Crafting Rules, which runs by it's a group check.
Looking at it,
you guys can
looks over at Garb.
Up to 3 people can combine their rolls together for the total of what you can harvest.
I've got a negative, so I probably shouldn't.
It can be, if you can convince me to use a specific stat, you can use it. But you have to convince.
Could I use Arcana, since Vask is specifically, his thing is he wants to dissect this thing like he's dissected Fellspawn.
So, if you used Arcana, that would be directing Garm on where to cut or someone else.
Yeah, that's what I want to do.
Could I use investigation to try and like suss out where this organ would, logically be inside this creature?
Sure.
Hell yeah.
Okay, 16, 24, and
That means I have this along.
24. Very nice. Okay, that is an extremely good roll.
God damn it! The 12!
It follows you. You're being stalked by a 12.
It haunts me.
And you have technically 2 12s right there.
Damn it!
That's 3 12s.
No!
Yeah, I feel like Jetta's like actual not any like one villain
just going to be 12 things in a trench coat.
It's going to be a swarm mechanic.
Yeah, you're gonna get a prophecy. It's like beware the 12.
Beware the number 12. All right, so you managed to find. It's actually not too hard to find them. The glands are long and kind of sinewy, almost look like frog legs running down, frog eggs, I mean, running down its flank, but you do manage to get what appears to be its electrical organ.
Oh.
Doesn't appear to be particularly filled right this exact moment, since it never got its breath back, but with that call lightning that it got hit by, it does have a little bit of a charge. Is there anything else you're looking for?
Definitely want to gather some blood. Typically, hearts are good. Other organs.
Yeah, okay.
I guess going off the Arcana, what kind of stuff would Vest be looking for from a magic thing like this?
Blood, scales, it's like skin.
Ooh, yeah. Yeah, that might actually be good, seeing if how this thing healed from lightning. It might be resistant against it if we can harvest this.
All right, so I need to roll something. Okay. Okay. Hildegard. As you're kind of standing there watching this happen, standing next to Chad Laug,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Raug actually turns toward you, and there's a flash of green in the eye, and you just hear, "Take the heart."
Oh God.
That's something Vasquez going to go for,
She's-
yeah.
Gonna glance over, then glance back, and she goes, "I think they're ahead of you. Or do you mean me specifically?"
He just goes back to acting like a normal bird.
Oh my god.
But it's still a muscle-bound helmet.
Oh, this
that
was the one on her shoulder.
That was right.
All right.
Caw.
Vask would cut off a few pieces to toss to the birds.
I would say the
A
head's
bigger
probably
chunk
already,
for the rock.
the head is probably already lacking eyes.
Oh, yeah. Well, the eyes kind of got boiled, but they can still be eaten.
Soup.
Yep.
Soup.
Loud
they were
just
intact,
pops one of
what
them in
parts
his
of
mouth
those-
with his perfect thumbed opposable hands.
God.
So, I mean, depending
Delicious.
on how much you'll allow us to harvest, yeah. Electrical gland, the heart, some hide and scale, and then possibly some claws and teeth, and possibly one of the horns. Well, we can break the horns off after we bring up the skull.
Yeah, claws and teeth claws are really easy to get. Like, they don't decay. Everything else, you rolled high enough to where you got it out before it started putrefying.
Yeah, I'd like a couple of this teeth as a souvenir, because that bite fucking hurt.
Okay. Easy enough. So yeah, that is your spoils. You're noticing the body, especially in all the sulfur in the air, is already starting to decay a bit.
Nervously,
What's it called? This thing called again? Oh my God, my brain.
They hear.
Here.
Thank you.
I was gonna say, nervously, Hildegard's gonna move up to Vasquez. Hey, can I have the heart for something? I think it might be a spell component I could use.
And it's like, sure, it's easier for me not to carry and hand over this, like, coconut or bigger size thing.
It's it's about the size of a
Like
watermelon.
basketball. Yeah, watermelon.
Consider the coconut.
Garm.
As this is going on, Var is just kind of like sketching the entire thing as it was when it was living.
Mm-hmm.
Aw.
Yes, Jetta.
Could you help secure this to my back, please?
Does your tail?
He
start
nods
with
without
anything?
I'm not sure if he would have tail in this 25% form, but
Nah,
yeah, he
it's-
does recognize the gesture.
Your doggo ears perk up.
Yes.
Yay,
Yeah,
I'm needed.
Would rather keep the egg safe if I can.
He nods. He appreciates the gesture.
All right. Securing things and having secured what you need from the creature, having your summons around to help carry them is extremely helpful in this regard.
Yeah. Just to keep note as we walk back, because I can carry many things. I want to just like grab the weirdest looking bones. I had the head, which I broke against
That is
Missing Face.
That is
So,
shattered.
yeah,
Did
but
we?
like I saw some other weird bones on the way in. If possible, I'd like to collect a couple of those.
Mm-hmm.
Just the
We
weirdest
searched the
looking
cave
ones.
just in
Yeah,
general.
college.
All right, easy enough. You can find. I'll say the weirdest thing you can find at this point would be, of all the remaining bones, probably one of the chitiny bits. It
Oh.
kind of looks insect-like, almost like a locust's head, but it's pretty big. Like, this would be a locust that would be about as tall as you, going by size.
Oh damn. Okay. All right. I get weird locust head titan.
All right. So we will expedite things. You
Yeah.
make your way back up to the surface, letting Rongular know through the mental connection that it is done and you have the head. Upon retrieving it and arriving, you see the large blue dragon descend down with haste. You see that on his back there are a few kobolds and dragonborn who immediately move out to secure the eggs.
Do any of them give me weird looks?
They were informed of what happened. They're
Alright.
just nods of thanks as they move away. Looks down at the creature's head, snarls a little bit, and then steps on it.
There was something else down there. It possessed it after it died.
Strange.
Very.
There's an odd staticky outline over the body. Managed to finally put it down.
And she just turns around. We say we found 2 intact eggs.
Yes, as they are. You see the little kobolds carrying them away like Pikmin already.
Aw.
Hup, 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 hup.
They were cold, but hopefully not enough to have caused permanent damage.
I should hope. Every life counts. I thank you. Well, let us be back up to the ascent. Mother will want to thank you.
Is she awake?
Aye. This is a rare moment of clarity, so I suggest we hurry.
Technically, she might still be part of the link.
Well.
Unless she separated herself after that Mindscape visit.
I mean, considering what happened when just casual contact, probably holding herself back. So, you make...
Don't need us to trip balls as he's flying up the ascent.
Yeah, you'd be seeing a lot of ancient history. And probably some saucy dreams as well. She's had a lot of mates.
Jesus Christ.
See, I can't help but think is like, she gay?
Dragons
Oh.
are technically hermaphrodites.
Yeah.
So,
Were
yes,
they-
they're all
question is,
gay.
Were they roommates?
It's just like, my treasured memory of my very good human friend.
It's entirely possible. So, we will expedite things slightly here.
Oh, you
You
get
get-
Scion-blooded Dragonborn.
Terrifying.
Oh my god.
Caw.
For the reference, for people who haven't seen that joke, I say Hildegard's riding on a shoulder.
Yeah.
Just
Hey,
'cause it's
we're
funny.
good.
Ravens all the way down.
It's a little Russian nesting doll of birds.
God.
Of course,
Now I
Rob's
just need Now you just need to befriend a rock at some point. All right. So
All I can imagine now is the rock grabbing an like a unseen until now zipper and just and it's the again.
It's the what?
that's pretty good.
The rock grabs a unseen until now zipper and it's just the Raven again. Back to normal.
And he will kind of fold into himself when that time comes. But either way, you all are flown back up to the top, proper-like. It takes a few minutes, not long enough for spells to wear off. The eggs are retrieved. See, Rangalar is flying with a lot more pep in his step at this.
Oh.
And upon reaching the top, as you enter that ice cavern, you can feel bursts of hot air, and you realize she's breathing.
Oh shit.
Hmm.
Well, he said that hasn't happened.
Yeah.
She's feeling a little spirited.
Yep.
Oh.
So, entering back into the large ice chamber, you can see you guys were so far underground. If you were any higher up, you probably would have felt it. A lot of the ice has been shattered. And you can just see the better part of a head. Eye open, that same silvery veins that you could see in the dreamscape. Slowly blink and look down at all of you. They've done it, Rangular says as he bows and enters in. The clutch is safe. Hopefully for good. This will give us enough numbers to, well, at least give off a proper illusion of strength until I am ready. It feels as though the entire mountain shakes as you just feel this rumble. It sounds almost more like a fault line moving. Good. You all hear in your heads at that moment. You can tell she is holding herself back considerably.
What did she say?
Just good.
Ah.
The eye turns to all of you regarding all five and the add-ons. Seems I owe you twice over. You avenged my son and saved my others. And all kin to come until my time is complete. My slumber is deep, and I can already feel it pulling at me again. I will see to it that our foundries, forges, and manufacturers are able to craft whatever you should need from the blessings of the mountain. What is your name? Looking down at you, Jeddah.
She'll actually revert to her true form. They all know already, so it's fine. My name is Jeddah.
Step forward.
She looks to the others like, oh god.
Well, it was nice knowing you.
Steps forward.
It is hard to keep sure footing, but you feel the hedge, and see it quite plainly, the hedge shift.
Ugh.
You are looking in an eye where you could dive into the pupil.
Oh my god. She holds herself, she holds herself, tall, at least.
There is much pain in you. I could feel it, like a sting, in my own mind. Much loss.
I have lost all that I have gained.
I am ready to reward you. So,
That is what you wish.
Rangilar. Once more, please. You see the blue dragon, for the first time, look genuinely shaken and shocked.
Oh?
So little left, are you sure? I would not request it if I was unsure. This is a moment of clarity, and we do not have many left. Please. Give her her reward. As you wish. Rangular strides forward, rears up, places a paw kind of right beneath the eye, around the edge of the bone, and a claw punctures in
Oh!
and pulls out blood that it looks very much mercurial in nature.
Oh!
Living silver.
Jen looks confused.
He gets down on all fours, holding up the one paw, reaches the claw out towards you. Your arm.
She holds out her arm.
The claw gets closer and closer, and though alive, the mercurial blood launches itself forward and latches onto you.
Oh my god! She
It's-
tries very hard to stay still.
It doesn't hurt, but it is cold. It seeps into the skin. And you can see it traveling up.
Oh.
You'll see in time. And you feel it. It's uncomfortable, but not painful. It reaches the stump of your other arm. And something begins to grow out of it.
Oh my god.
You receive this.
Oh my god!
Phantom limb. Oh god.
Holy
Holy
shit!
Yeah.
Damn.
Oh, that's so cool!
It goes all the
Hell
way up to the
yeah!
shoulder. Possesses a strange moving texture and strange blue witch lights of sorts beneath it. It's cold, but it feels the same otherwise. Similar weight, similar proportion.
And like she can feel it like it's her arm.
Yep.
She
It just feels a little
folds
colder than before.
folds it up and just like examines it. And then looks up to the eye.
You will find this quite useful in many situations. I give you a gift of my blood.
I will cherish it with the life I have.
May you wield it to let those of the unworthy.
Oh my god. She like just flexes her hand, just getting a feel for it.
As you flex it, it shifts a little bit. The metal out extending. And it extends out into a pretty decent sized blade that is curved.
Oh. So cool.
Then it reverts back to your own hand.
I've never seen anything like it.
For the rest of you, Rangilar will see to your rewards, whatever they might be. If it is within my power, I will grant it. You very likely saved this mountain from falling to barbarism a century from now. The head kind of starts to drift back towards the pose it was originally in. I tire. So I don't know how many more times I'll be able to wake up again before the mountain claims me. Just a long, deep breath. And she drifts off back to sleep.
It is close to home, so
And that is going to be our stopping point for the night.
Hmm.
Holy shit!